Yo, 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 yo! What up, what up? Dude, I feel so bad right now. There was someone called Foyd, and they gave me $20, like 5 minutes after I ended the stream. So thank you, Foyd, whoever that was, that gave me $20 6 days ago. Thank you, Braxton, for the 46 months. Worst stream yet. I've been live 1 minute and 30 seconds. Play their dono? I've got it here. Wait. Yeah, hang on.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you, Foyd. What's with the hair? I did a merch shoot for Total Chaos last night. And I had my hair styled by that wonderful stylist who you guys keep brigading, by the way. Okay. I know a lot of you probably going to be asking when Total Chaos is out. All right. Next week. It will be out next week. Let's hear the excuses. Well, we're pretty much done with it. It's just...
Penis hair.
Thank you, Azriel, for the 10. I didn't have time to style the hair, all right? I was doing a merch shoot, I was wearing a cap, and I completely flattened my hair. Thank you, Kara, for the 38 months. Thank you, Elixir, for the 3. Thank you, Jamie, for the 30 months. Thank you, Simsonic, for the 15. Thank you, Pang, for the 25. Why are you calling me Moid? Is that just a male Foyd? Wait, I would love to stay for the stream, but I've got a Cruelty Squad tattoo appointment in 30 minutes. That is... Okay, that's like the only time I would ever say to someone, okay, you can leave the stream. You gotta post that on the subreddit or something afterwards. Okay, so Jamie became a member for 30 months. Bro, the only impact you had on the internet is being tagged in fat furry posts on Insta Reels. True. What? True. True. All right, no. I'm gonna claim something else, right? I'm gonna claim something else. I think I gave notoriety to Cruelty Squad and also Cry of Fear. All right, I'm gonna claim those. Okay? They were nowhere near as popular, so please let me have that. Let me have that.
Hey Pyro, I was just about to go to bed, so great choice on stream timing, but the other day I woke up in the middle of the night after dreaming about the Teletubbies from your MLG video. I wonder what they are doing with their lives these days.
Holy old head. Oh yeah, I cut to like some
Happy
Seek.
birthday, Sir Flames Sardonic. Hopes thou hast a wonderful day and be blessed by a beautiful fat gothic furry girl. Best of wished.
God, we can only fucking dream, man. Legit. I'm not even joking. We can only dream. Maybe that's what I get for my birthday. By the way, guys, my birthday's on the 14th of May. So you've all got to give me money for that, right? You know how like your grandparents and stuff give you money in a card? You have to give me money, basically, is what I'm saying. Thank you, Amir, for the 23 months. Thank you, Obus, for the 5. Stream just started and already lowering your voice like it's 2016. Just rub your belly and fart for the camera like usual, bro. How am I making my voice deeper? No, 2016 was different. How's it going, everyone? Flashbang here. So I just saw this thing today and it was crazy. Like the most craziest thing I've ever seen in the world. Thank you, Elixir, for the 2. Happy 56th birthday. Did you... Thank you, Modem, for the 2. Did you hear about Spirit Airlines recently? Oh, they fell off, right? They completely fell off. Yeah, this is rough. So, an airline shut down basically overnight. Just completely overnight. And loads of people got stranded because of it as well. I mean, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here. Isn't Spirit Airlines basically just the equivalent of Ryanair for Americans? It's like a budget airline. Dude, they were crowdfunding. You are not telling me like a multi-million, possibly billion-dollar company was doing the equivalent of a GoFundMe. Oh my god, they were. Thank you, Crims, for the 5 months. Thank you, Trump, for the 5.
Did Moses slam his staff on your forehead, holy Red Sea part?
I already explained earlier, I had my hair done for the photo shoot, and then I had to wear the merch cap, and it flattened my hair. Completely flattened it. I didn't have time to style it. A viral crowdfunding campaign launched by a TikTok creator is attempting to buy defunct budget carrier Spirit Airlines. They're doing a GoFundMe to save the airline. When's the merch going to drop? The merch will drop when Total Chaos does, and that's out in a week. I have confirmation that we will have Total Chaos out next week. So the ironic thing is, it will be out like just before my birthday, and Fat Cry 3 came out on my birthday on the 14th of May. You should buy Spirit Airlines for a video. What could I... That's the worst purchase ever. Like, that's not even funny. Like, buying the Breaking Bad house, that's funny. Bro said April. No, I know I said April. But I do that really autistic thing where I want to cover absolutely everything in the game. And then they also recently added a New Game Plus, and I wanted to cover all of that as well. The New Game Plus update only came out like 2 weeks ago. All right. I wanna show you guys a channel that you might not have heard of. ManyKudos. He has recently put a video out that I voiced in, and it is about a Skyrim Vor mod. So yeah, I can imagine the comments clicking on this. But yeah, Kudos does some really good videos. I don't know if anyone's heard of him before. He's like Australian based. He does not get the amount of views that he deserves. He definitely deserves a lot more attention. I'm really surprised he's not pulling in the best part of like 1 million views a video. But you're subscribed to him, based. A magnet to you? No, I voiced in the video. He reached out to me. I voice a really disgruntled person that noticed that the Vor mod got removed. All right, I want to give this a watch. Look, already, bro. 100 missed calls from Pyro. The jokes write themselves. Am I right, fellers?
Is shipwreck. Ed, you fat fuck.
Okay.
I know you said not for a while cause your fucking autism isn't into it right now, but you're giving me money, which means you would pay me, so give me my autism now.
Oh, okay. So, because I don't have the hyperfixation for it and you do, you deserve to get the video. I like that logic. Holy parasocial Andy. That's a crazy claim to make. Look, man, I can't cover Shipwrecked because it's been done to death. There's so many video essays on it. I think Squeaks is working on more things or updates or something. And then if that happens, then happily. Look, just wait. You know the worst thing is? I know what's going to happen now. I know exactly what's going to happen. Total Chaos is going to come out. Everyone's going to be like, oh, wow, it's worth the wait. Give it a week, less than that, probably 4 days. And then they'll be like, oh, when's the next video? When's Fear and Hunger 2, bro? When's Fear and Hunger Terminator, bro?
On March 3rd, 2013, developer Vegan made a post announcing a new mod he was working on for Skyrim.
Get the guy out that said, hey, Pyrizriel. Yeah, get that guy out.
Devourment is a Skyrim vor mod, which grants female players and NPCs the ability to swallow others whole, complete with a bulging belly mesh, scat pile graphics. There's an option to disable scat, should you be so inclined. And hopefully, balanced game mechanics.
We are in for complete and utter mental illness here. Thank you, Yappy, for the 11 months.
Did you notice it? This will ruin the next few years of this man's life and divide a community.
Welcome to one of Skyrim's mini scandals.
Hello, I'm Pi Israel. This is my mod.
Enough time has passed. K Garabachi greater than Pyro cynical. Only thing that could make me change my mind would be Fear and Hunger 2.
Dude, if I did Fear and Hunger 2, I've said this so many times, it would be wholly forced. It would be so forced. And also, go watch Super Eye Patch Wolf's video on it. He literally told me, he said that when my Fear and Hunger video comes out, he was going to drop a video on Terminator.
Don't have your ADHD MLG type fucking editing, so it's hard to focus on the 3 hour. This is what happens when la scary game go la badly leel, so just give me my video already, chud. Smiles.
When la scary game go le bad le. I don't even know how to counter that point, to be honest. That was just complete and utter mental illness. Yeah, you see why the videos take so long, because of all the editing that we do.
This is the worst video I've...
Dude, like, the worst thing is I notice about the videos that we do, they take so long to come out. Half the memes we put in there are just dead and buried. Like, there is a 6-7 joke in that video. I've said this before. There's... I was reading the script for Fear and Hunger, for Total Chaos. And there's an elevator you go inside. And there's only 2 buttons that are available. It's floor 6 and 7. And I broke character. I was just like, there's no way out of... It was like a 20 floor list as well. And every single button was etched off except those 2.
Ever made. Last year, I was cursed by a witch. A curse which can only be broken if I cover 100 hobby scandals. Arbitrary, I know. So me and Mr. Chip set out on the roaming island of Scandacia to track them all down, after barely escaping Crime City with our lives. Oh, come on. We set out on the big sea with our treasure in tow.
Why does this guy not have more views?
Real shit, but
genuinely, the amount of effort here.
In a stream you showed off some of your supplement spread. As someone also with ADHD, I got a few of those and have deadass been feeling a huge difference. Can you show the rest, please? Right pointing finger emoji, left pointing.
Wait, you've been
finger
copying
emoji.
my supplement stack? You should talk to a doctor before doing that, I think.
Hi Pyro, been watching for a while, just wanted to thank you for all the content. Also, is the conscript video completely scrapped? I really enjoyed watching you play it.
Thank you, 9+10 for the 21. Whoa, okay, I like that joke. I like that joke.
Kids to edit your video, you'd be able to post 24 vids every month. Get on the grind, brother.
I like the 21 joke. His name was what's 9+10. He gave $21. I like that joke because I got money. Thank you, Butler, for the 10. If you hired poor Chinese kids to edit your videos, you'd be able to post 24 videos every month. Get on that grind. That was a funny dono because I got money. Right, someone wanted to see my supplement stack. Are you sure? It's going to take me a minute to get, like, all of it. Okay, this shit's, like, way too much. Hang on. I'm going to have to stick it all in, like, a box or something. Okay, this isn't all of it, but it's like a lot of it. So we have, I don't know how to say that one. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you take one of those a day. Phosphatidal serene. It's just all for cognitive stuff. I was just reading a bunch of like pseudo stuff online about ADHD stuff. L-theanine, that's actually a proven one to help with ADHD. If you take it with caffeine, it kind of balances you out. Because caffeine mimics ADHD medication slightly, but it's not like as reliable. Is that estrogen? Yes. Actually, I need to take some of this now. What else we got? Ashwagandha as well. Bit of a meme medicine, I'm not going to lie. It's meant to also like balance you out. I take that in the evening. That one I just already shown. Organic beetroot for the antioxidants. Because usually you're not really eating beetroot every day. Okay, this one's actually proven. Magnesium. And it is L-threonate. And that's like the only magnesium that can actually cross your blood-brain barrier. It doesn't really help with sleep. But it's still good. This one's kind of proven. L-tyrosine.
Don't lie, Pyro. We all know it's all just estrogen in different doses and bottles. So proud of your transition.
Shut up. So, a lot of meme supplements I've seen from influencers, they tend to stack these two together. So, L-theanine.
Pyro's trans box of wonders. What will he show today?
How is it trans? It literally, I'm reading out the list of stuff on here, by the way. And then L-tyrosine, which I just shown. Tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine. And obviously, if you've got ADHD, you are lacking the fuck out of dopamine. I think it works as like an enhancer. So you're not going to feel good just taking it on its own. You need to then do something. Like go on a run or exercise or, you know, just something productive. And I think it helps boost that dopamine. And then the certified hood classic that everyone should be taking. Omega-3. Like, everyone should be taking that.
Really fucking gay question, but I'm curious if you've ever tried horse riding. I feel like you'd be allergic to them. Your aura makes you look like a horse allergy chud. But LMKXO.
My aura makes me look like I'm allergic to horses. How about estrogen? Can we stop saying that? Guys, stop it. I'm not trans. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and then this one as well. So the two things that everyone should be taking, like no matter what you've got, even if you're normal, which you're probably not, is the fish oil tablets I just shown. And then this as well, vitamin D3 K2 dropper. Because it's usually pretty hard to get vitamin D3 and K2 into your diet. Oh, there was one more thing as well, actually. Hang on. Oh wait, there's two more things. There's two more things. My God, I feel like that Brian Johnson guy, man, and he's like got 30 supplements a day. Right, they sent me this and it's absolutely crushed. But citosylene, CDP choline, I think that's how you say it, but the bottle's absolutely crushed. Supports healthy cognitive functions, supports memory, mental activity, focus, and attention. I mean, the thing is, a lot of these are like small stimulants.
Just joined in. Is he taking medications to prevent hair loss or estrogen?
Fucking hate you. And then this one is also a bit of a meme, but apparently it's got some good benefits. Saffron extract as well. Is it going to show it? Yeah. There it is. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It's all a bit memey. I haven't really done like, I'm not going to sit here and say this stack is like, oh my God, I feel perfect. Like, no, but I think it's one of those where it's like, if you take it for like half a year, you'll probably feel like 2% better. So I guess it's worth it. Thank you, Pear, for joining. Thank you, Hololight, for the 24 months. It's been a rough weekend. Broke up with my girlfriend after 3.5 years. Sorry to hear that, man. Things only get better, I promise. Your content helps me escape reality. Yeah, I talked about that before as well on stream. It's like, you know, if you're going through something really bad, distraction is the best way to deal with it initially. While, like, your nervous system comes down and stuff like that. I haven't eaten them. I didn't eat before taking the fish oil, so I might be sick. The rest of the stuff, I'll be all right. Okay. All right, thank you for the side quest there, bro. Thank you, Dag, for the 5. Thank you for keeping me and my girlfriend company during our dinner time. Greetings from Portugal. Dude, you know what's crazy? Okay, I wanna show you guys something here. The place where I get my hair done. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. So, this is the place where I get my hair done. S Parlor, run by a wonderful woman named Sun. She's great, honestly. Like, she's so nice. Like, I literally got my hair styled and washed and treated from her yesterday completely for free. And I was like, please take my money. And she was like, no. I mean, look at this. The worst thing is, these posts get like, you know, 50, 60 likes. And then the one for me gets like 37K. The top comment, you are indeed a chud. My favorite woke liberal. Look, she did a nice job, all right? He's cute, but holy shit, his content sucks. What? This is so hateful. And people pretend his main channel isn't awful just because it's overproduced doesn't make it worth my time. But, okay, so, yeah, we've already done this clip farm before. We know. I post a picture, all the comments come in, right?
Nursing pro tip on fish oil tabs. If they give you indigestion, freeze them and they will sink in your stomach and prevent that.
Thank you, Nurse Tips, for the 10. That's actually really smart.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good day. Also, please stream at more UK-friendly times, and where can I get foreknowledge on when you will?
Can I stream at UK? I mean, I'm in Australia. It's a bit hard to do that. I was planning on starting to stream at like 7 in the morning, so I was streaming at 10 now. I started a bit later today than what I wanted to do. Thank you, Wanda, for the 5. When I'm lacking dopamine, I just do a line in my parents' bathroom. Okay. All right. So, yeah, obviously you've got, you know... We all know the clip farming and stuff here. But the worst thing is what you guys are doing now. You're going onto other people's pictures and then commenting about me. Look at this guy here. Kind of similar hair, right? Okay, pyrocynical if he locked in. Right, explain that to me about locking in, man. I can lose weight. I can put on muscle. I cannot change the structure of my jawline. I'm not going to be able to do that unless I get like a double jaw surgery or something. Does he mog? Yeah, nah, he does 100%. Like, it's over. Pyro if he didn't have a chud chin. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This guy couldn't have been Pyro. Too much jawline. Too handsome to be Pyro. I hate you guys. I saw one comment and it was a guy saying, I thought this was Pyro, but he absolutely terramogs him. Right, okay, so let's try and find someone else that has a similar cut. Right, this woman here, she's got a very nice trim. Pyro. 58 likes. It got half the amount of likes that they posted. Followed this account because of Pyro. Stayed because the cuts are genuinely fire. What do you mean? Legitimately can't tell. Yeah, nice cope there, man. Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell if it's him or not, guys. It's just any woman that is getting a cut that has short hair. This is rough. Oh, there's another old... Oh, that's me.
My wife
oh my
is
God.
obsessed with you and said when you took that droplet I have somewhere else you can do that. Pyro, I fear she will leave me for you. Please stop attracting my wife. Love your content though, thanks for keeping us entertained.
Thank you, Izzy Peach, for the $25. Dude, I was about to say it was another, like, old lady, and I just realized it was me. One thing I will say, though, I know you're all raiding her and stuff. You're actually, like, you're not being mean to anyone. You're only being mean to me. And I did say that to her. I was like, I'm legit so worried that the fans are going to, like, start being mean to the clients. But you guys have respect. You only want me dead, no one else. Thank you, Julia, for the 38 months. Appreciate you sticking around. Thank you, Unblock Me, for the 10. You're perfect just the way you are, obese. I can't believe that one, man. Like, just if he locked in. And people were liking it because they thought it was me. I swear there was some other women that had, like, similar cuts. Maybe it's on Reels.
Turn on messages, coward.
Turn on messages? I just had
I'm
them
so
down
proud
there.
of you for looking at inspiration live on stream. It takes a lot to come out as trans. As for your DM question about the best type of estrogen, I'd say patches.
I never DM'd you about estrogen. I never DM'd you about estrogen at any point. Okay, surely not with this one. I thought this was parasitic. Why has it got 2,000? There's more likes on that comment than the entire post. Really? Really, man? Grow up. Can I visit you guys and just ask for the parasitical treatment? At parasitical, you'll never find anyone like me. This poor woman. This poor woman. Can we stop tagging me? Can we stop tagging me? Is this you, bro? So unfunny. I'm not looking up your reels on stream. That's so rough. I'm trying to look for like someone's cut that's very similar to mine and then just thinking it's over. She even told me as well that people have literally gone here just because I have, which is crazy. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, there's a guy down there that says he loves me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God, if only I locked in. If only I locked in.
I'll tell you about that.
If only I locked in. Could you imagine if I locked in? If I was born with a jawline? It's a good barber's though. I don't know, she does an insane job. She genuinely does like such a good job for people there. It's crazy. And she's just really nice to talk to as well. It's like, you know, she obviously wanted to get the picture and stuff for her Insta, but, you know. And then she gave me, like, a bunch of free stuff as well, like hair treatment and stuff. And I was like, no, like, please let me pay you. Like, I don't want to keep, like, just leeching off of you. All right.
Later in the video. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss one of our adventures.
I love Kudos' cat. He's called Mr. Chips. I call him Mr. Based. Like, he's one of those cats that from a side profile, it's just completely flat. Like, I know you guys tell me that I need to start mewing, but that cat needs to start mewing like yesterday.
And a massive shout out to Via Dolorosa123 on Reddit for making the post that would inspire this video.
Thank you, Deal, for the 10. Why did you not... Your donor didn't come through. Hey, did you see the company S. Parlor Sun are selling your pubes on TikTok Shop? I don't think that happened. Wow, what a frame to pause on. I don't think that happened, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that happened. Thank you, Swiss, for the $7.
Vor! So what is Vor? Christ, I knew the day was going to come.
I know this one.
Come and I was going to have to explain this.
He should have had me on the video so I could explain it.
This one. Mum, maybe...
Pyrocynical watching a video about Vor, yay? Hashtag nudising.
I mean, I'm only doing it because I voiced in the video, but...
This video. Vor, short for vorarophilia, is a...
Oh, you don't have to explain it, come on.
...fantasy where people get off to the idea of being consumed. Usually whole. Sometimes they get digested, other times they just hang out all snug in the stomach. You know, it's actually not that bad once you get used to it. As someone with claustrophobia who hates the idea of boiling alive in stomach acid,
I do wonder where, like, kinks like this come from. Like fetishes. I really do wonder.
On the big side? You should raise her up and settle down, my trans king.
She's happily married. Thank you, Modelo, for the 10. What, bro, you probably haven't left your bedroom in 5 weeks and you're trying to act like the fucking love guru or something there.
I don't personally see the appeal, but hey, if that's what you're into, then power to you. Seriously, I don't care. I will be teasing you about it, though. So the one who does the swallowing is called a predator, or pred for short, and the person who is swallowed is the prey, or prey for short. In case you thought this sounded weird, rest assured, there usually isn't any chewing or gore involved. That type of cannibalism is called hard vor. What most people think of when they hear the word vor is the PC gone mad soft version.
I swear Kudos is like 30 now. I wonder if he would ever think at any point in his life that he would be running a YouTube channel having to explain what vor is. Also, holy side profile on that cat. Actually just flat.
Version where the prey remains largely unharmed until it reaches the stomach.
As you might expect from a community that would have an autism Geiger counter sounding like a Skrillex song, they have dutifully conducted in-depth research amongst themselves about this fantasy and lovingly presented the data with graphs and analysis. 60% stumbled upon vor rather than searching for it or hearing about it through a friend. Christ, someone's going to realize they're into it after watching this video, aren't they? 66.9% of respondents were anime fans, didn't even doubt that for a second.
Lady Frame Mogs, you little bro.
Blady frame mogs me. Thank you, Yappy, for the 10. What frame? Built like Slender Man.
And 67.2% prefer it when the prey dies, which definitely adds a sinister element to what otherwise seems like a weird but harmless fantasy. Unsurprisingly, the majority are straight men who want to be eaten by straight or at least very hungry women. This might seem inconsequential, but you'll be hearing about it later.
I never thought about the overlap there with anime stuff. Because usually you associate like some kind of out there kink and you just assume immediately it's furry or something.
A lot.
Skyrim mod. Skyrim needs no introduction, but
Kudos looks like Shalto Copley. Who is that? How does he look anything like that? He's just got like the 7 o'clock shadow. Oh, that's the South African guy, right? He's in District 9. South African, bro.
maybe I should in case Mum's still watching.
Bethesda's 2011
Oh no, bro. I'm turning into a prawn, bro.
action RPG is the quintessential video game, given unnatural longevity through the ridiculous practice of re-releasing the game 17 times over 15 years.
How have they done it 17 times? That's going to be like a remaster 3 times on each generation of console.
The game itself was designed with modders in mind, and coupled with the game's gigantic fan base that it's garnered over its many years, it's unsurprising that the Skyrim Anniversary Edition has the most mods out of any game on Nexus Mods, coming in at a cool 129,000 mods. The second place is, of course, also Skyrim. Now, I stupidly didn't pack any of my copies of Skyrim when I first set sail in Scandacia, so I'm gonna see if this place has it. You get it, mate. Just one copy of Skyrim, please.
Is that Darcy?
One copy of Skyrim. Will that be gold or shellfish, sir?
Do you take Gulp Revolut?
Oh, you mean the card that provides easy payments abroad with ultra...
Right, I'm sorry, mate. Get that bag. You get that bag. I cannot be watching ads on stream if I'm getting no cut of it.
Gamers use mods to convert Skyrim into, well, pretty much anything.
I like how Darcy is just always known as this like ethereal being. Like chat is soy facing now just because he was mentioned.
But since this is the internet, the boundless, unrestrained creativity of the human mind
Goodbye, Darcy. Yeah, it was the best part of the video when Darcy was there.
inevitably turns to...
On March 3rd, 2013, developer Vegan made a post.
Darcy's like the G-man. Well, he's just a producer for Cold Ones, right? Just announcing what they should do during videos and stuff like that.
Announcing a
Who's Darcy? Well, yeah, no, he's like the producer for Cold Ones. Like when Chad and Max are doing Cold Ones videos, he's the one that's like, you know, off camera with the mic, like telling them what to do, that kind of thing.
new mod he was working on for Skyrim.
Darcy cameo, like he's Stan Lee.
Deja vu.
While the mod was still fairly basic, it had most of the features of war file
That is terrible. That is terrible. That's like the equivalent of just getting like the Gmod inflate tool or something.
could ask for. You could eat others whole, get a big stupid round cartoon belly, and even have them come out the other side like a fun little water slide. Vegan also announces that he plans to
I like how the bones just spawn in as well.
keep working on the mod, adding in voice acting as well as dialogue options with swallowed characters, or with NPCs who have swallowed you.
Okay, all right. Look, fellas. We're not saying stand up for the next 40 minutes. We're not doing that. Let's wrap it up here. This is this is for educational purposes, all right?
Which may lead to quests, improved swallow animations, as well as a stealth swallow animation in case you like playing the default stealth archer even in your sexual fantasies. He also one day hopes to create a Vor-themed total conversion. Travel to an all-female land far from Skyrim, rich with its own history and quest.
Second camera angle below table. Okay, that guy's getting kicked out. that guy's getting kicked out. I'm putting you in timeout for that one.
But beware, every character and monster has the Devourment skill. He then signs off the post with,
Comments, criticisms, and ideas are appreciated. Just about the only thing I won't consider adding is any sort of male predator.
kind of weird, but maybe he just doesn't want to spend dev time on something that him and the
I mean, if you're going to make something that degenerate, why not just go all in?
majority of other players aren't into. Initial responses were very positive, impressed by the surprising quality of a Skyrim
Someone in the Twitch chat is having a mental breakdown right now. They're just saying mid-mod.
War mod, all the way back in 2013.
Oh, thank you. This mod is amazing. You are a champion amongst champions. I can't wait to see your updates to it either.
I want more than anything, just the ability to eat several people at once. I would also like to just keep them in as long as you want.
Could you make a video of her devouring a few people? I don't think Skyrim will play on my computer, but I really want to see.
Even the brokie's like, please upload a video of it, please.
This.
Unfortunately for Vegan, the responses weren't all.
Were those your lines? No, not yet. You'll know when I'm voicing it.
Positive. Now, there comes a time when any creator has to deal with pushback, and it can be difficult to handle. But vegans seem to get oddly tilted over one request in particular.
When user Linko736 and others ask Vegan about the lack of male predator options, he has this to say.
Finally, for those asking about the male predators, absolutely not. I can't stop you from making your own mods, but I'm not going to add that sort of thing to mine or give you my scripts. End of discussion.
But why? I swear, man, you're going to find out the guy's like secretly deeply religious or something.
He really doesn't want to be eaten by a man. And honestly, I could see where he's coming from.
His reasoning behind this, while vague, would come out not long after, when user Rex67 attempts a speech check to convince Vegan to change his mind, to which he responds,
I tried to be polite, but now I have to insist you leave this topic.
Pyro,
I find the idea
it's crazy
of
how we
male
have Vegan creating absolute masterpieces like Vigilant and Unslad, or total conversions like Endril, and then we have Devourment.
Yep. Hey man, there's the only thing you can say for Skyrim, at least there's a mod for everyone.
predator disgusting to the point of actual
Rex 67, yep.
physical illness. In fact, that's why I delayed joining Ika for so long. And so you will have to make your own mod if you want that sort of thing. I will not reply to you again.
It makes me think it's like he made this mod where you can play as a woman and then like eat people and stuff, but it's like if it's a man, no, that's gay. No. Look, I made this whole mod where you can like shit out bones and stuff, but being gay, no, that's where I draw the line.
Which he then follows with, in the same comment,
What do you folks think about the ability to choose between multiple animated bellies and scat piles for different races and characters?
So let's talk about the male thing. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that the sort of person who dedicates years of their life...
I do, like, autism is a wonderful thing, it really is. It's like, he would literally make, like, animated shit, but then wouldn't add a male character. It's, I would love to see the neural pathways.
...to developing a Skyrim Vor mod might have a few quirks. Homophobia might be your gut reaction, but what if man-eat lady? Whatever it is, Vegan vehemently refuses to have male predators in his mod. And, I mean, as the creator of the thing, that's fully within his right. Of course, when you're creating a Skyrim mod...
Have you gotten better at your voice acting? I don't know. I still need to get back to... When I opened those applications for, like, voicing stuff, I never actually got back to anyone yet. And I need to do that.
You can swallow people whole and then optionally shit them out. Maybe... saying no fellas is an arbitrary...
I did, I mean, I've got like a bunch of samples on my computer. Like, I did one of Vox from Has Been Hotel talking about Netanyahu. That is never going to see the light of day. That is never going to see the light of day. Ever.
line to draw. But draw the line he did. And, well, since most people were just happy to have the mod at all, those who complained about the lack of male predators often found themselves clashing with vegans.
I'm not showing it, bro. I'm not showing it.
Vegans defenders. We're also learning more and more... We're also learning...
If you somehow manage to get some, like, oil baron in chat to give me $10,000, I would show it. But that's it.
More and more about vegan over time. For example, he won't add the mod to Nexus.
I'll pay you $50. No, I know you'll pay $50. That's why I'm not having it at $50.
Just because, due to his career, he can't be tied to this mod or anything Vor related in a public way. I say while making a YouTube video about a Skyrim Vor mod that my friends and family are all going to see. Now, we don't know
someone in chat said payment plan
what his career is, but he used to work in the games industry in the 90s, and at one point he mentions developing a newfound loathing for a particular piece of research equipment. He's also doing pretty well for himself, even turning down donations while flexing that he just paid off his mortgage.
Thank you, Macro, for the 46 months. All right, I tell you what. I did have wrote on the whiteboard, I was going to do a video about Vox from Has Been Hotel. If the autistic hyperfixation sticks around a couple months from now, I'll put it in that video.
Congratulations.
I shouldn't have said that, because you guys have like the memory of an elephant in this chat. Like, you just never forget.
He is indeed a vegan, and apparently it's a long story. I would imagine so for someone who's into eating other people. But just a month later, tragedy would
Did you say EBT? No, I'm not taking your EBT card so you can see the bit.
strike the consumers of Devourment for the first time. On August 15th, Vegan made the following announcement.
I've been abandoning original ideas with genuine artistic merit in favor of cheap sexual gratification. Devourment, like the vast majority of fetish works, has no context to it, no story to tell, no new ideas to express, nothing but the digital equivalent of a lab rat pulling a lever to receive food pellets. I'm seeing all the same warning signs I missed with my drug habit 10 years ago.
Oh no.
Abandoning other hobbies in favor of what reliably gets the dopamine flowing. My solution?
Okay, wait. So he was addicted to drugs, he got sober, and he replaced the dopamine with doing a vor mod. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I can't even hate on that. I can't even hate on that.
Will have to be the same one that
Anything to get clean, anything.
worked last time. A clean break with the habit and the community surrounding it. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll come back here, older and wiser, with an unofficial patch for one of my own games. Until then,
Why was his name Vegan?
farewell.
The replies to this post are a mixture of bittersweet understanding, irritation at having their needs dismissed, and requests for Vegan to make the mod open source so the community could continue to build on it. And because they have a hard time opening the source jar, because their wrists are weak, so they need to make the mod open. You need to open the source.
While that probably seems like the most reasonable solution to the abandonment of a popular project, Vegan was strongly against doing so.
Thank you, Richelle, for the prime.
Because you guessed it, someone could add in male preds. In a previous discussion about releasing the source code, Vegan states,
Certain individuals threaten to reverse engineer my work to add male predators, and I want no part in enabling that.
Of course, none of that mattered now.
He's taking it so personally, man, Jesus.
Vegan had stepped away from the project forever. Or had he?
Several days after Vegan's resignation, user DFLR posted links in the main Devourment thread to a modified version of the mod that finally
It just looks like a huge cyst.
allowed male predators. People are quick to point out that this goes against Vegan's one very explicit request, and the thread quickly devolves into a back and forth of respect the creator's wishes, and he abandoned the project. Desperate to shake the heat, this new male
DeviantArt edits. Literally.
Pred-approved project moved to its own thread, where it was better received, and development continued without much trouble.
Here's some progress shots of animals that have eaten someone. Here's the results of a poll about which animals the community wants as predators. Dragons won, obviously. And here's one guy offering his wife to voice act, to which...
Well, when you get to the point when you need voice actors, my wife would be happy to help.
One of the developers,
Vorlover12.
Lover12 says, well,
Yeah, I just said that.
in that case, record her saying what all the NPCs say when they vore you, but get her to say it in a really sexy and seductive way. Then send it to me. Things seem like they were progressing well. That was until October 19th, just 2 months after Vegan announced that he was gone for good.
Cease and desist. I had heard through the grapevine that folks were interested in continuing my work, so I popped back on tonight to offer what direction I could. Imagine my disappointment when, scarcely 3 sentences in, the project lead announced his intent to deliberately disregard my feelings on implementing male predators in Devourment. Feelings I had clearly stated on multiple occasions. I'd like to keep this as civil as possible, but to put it bluntly, you do not have my permission to reuse my work to those ends, and I am more than a little peeved about it. It's a matter of respect for the individual who willingly sunk hundreds of hours of his finite existence into producing the product that you enjoy.
This once again...
Dude, he talks like a mini-boss or something in Elden Ring. Look at that dialogue. I had this finite time in my life that I put everything into. And you're wasting it away by trying to add male preds on my work, my mod, my Elden Ring.
Of his finite existence into producing the product that you enjoy.
This once again reignited the arguments that plagued the original
So one of those guys, and you'll just find out when you kill him, you'll just get this like staff called like the Staff of Jeff or something.
post. Now with the added discussion of whether vegan had any legal footing to stand on.
Even Ika, the owner of the site, steps in to remind everyone
High cortisol hetero dev versus low cortisol pansexual dev.
the legalities of the situation.
According to Skyrim Creation Kit, EULA, all mods are property of Bethesda. Just
Oh, he actually spelt that wrong. Holy L.
because you made it doesn't give you the right to it. I therefore do not have the legal right to say someone cannot continue the mod.
As world of
Bethesda. Imagine trying to make such a huge claim as a mod, and then you just misspell the entire company's name that you're shilling.
succinctly summarizes,
Eco is right legally, not morally. Vegan is right morally, not legally.
vegan pipes up yet again.
Should have expected some of these puerile responses. You'll know.
Puerile. Oh, someone got a thesaurus for Christmas. What does that mean? Oh, I can get a new word so I can sound smart now. Puerile is an adjective used to describe behavior, speech, or humor that is silly, childish, and immature. So it's just stupid. Wow, what a whole... Yeah, take that thesaurus away from him right now.
Notice that nowhere did I claim legal ownership or make any related
Yeah, because you guys in chat knew what puerile meant.
threats of action.
I just thought of like tomato puree or something.
This is in no way an issue of legality. Rather, it's about respect for the work I put into Devourment and my repeatedly stated desires about how that work is and is not to be used.
At this point, only one developer was left working on this new
Pretentious language. Yeah, you'll notice that people that are very stupid tend to try and use big words to sound smarter than what they are.
all-inclusive version of Devourment. Daniel 09 2004. Showing more integrity than we expect from our elected officials, Daniel put out the following statement.
Could just say immature. I swear it's an insecurity thing. Like when people try and use like big words when there was already a much more common existing word. Just to try and sound so much more intelligent than they are.
I've been going over the morality of this myself, and I'm afraid I really can't continue the male version in good conscience. The whole mod is designed in order to function just for female preds, and to make it work with an option would require a near complete rewrite and creative reworking of most of the mod's functions. Working on it has put a stop to working on improving the mod, and I think that goes against the entire spirit of it all. Vegan has respectfully requested that I not make his mod a male vor mod, and I respect that.
Vegan is, of course, chuffed at this outcome.
Thank you, Daniel. It's good to see some integrity in this place.
Dude, you made a mod where you can eat someone and then shit them out. Like, come on!
On a happier note,
come on!
I think I've come up with a satisfying resolution to the Devourment question.
Thank you, Modem, for the 5. The mod community incident is gurgling. Please don't say that.
Thanks to a surprisingly hefty donation from a community member who wishes to remain anonymous lest it cause further bad blood, I have the chance to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Devourment gets a new programmer/modeler with prior Bethesda modding experience, and my chronically underemployed cousin receives...
My chronically underemployed cousin. What does that even mean? Like, you're employed... or you're unemployed. What does underemployed mean?
Some help in paying off his student loan.
Underemployed? That's not a word, man.
2 crazy tidbits here. First of all, a surprisingly hefty donation saving the project. Might seem crazy, but is actually pretty consistent with furries and people in these communities being loaded, or at least willing to splash out big bucks on something that'll help them bust 1% better. Second of all, bring in your cousin to help code your Skyrim Vor mod. Isn't that just nepotism at its finest? Let's just hope getting his family involved doesn't come back to bite him in the ass, or swallow him whole and shit him out.
On October 22nd,
True.
a new thread is created by Vegan's cousin, Requiem of Flesh.
Your business could be underemployed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can have like a lack of staff, definitely. But like a singular person being underemployed. What?
And he begins chugging along with development. Members of the old dev team like VorLover12 have joined in, and even Daniel's cheering them on from the sidelines. This is the...
It means being underpaid. We're looking this up. Underemployed describes workers that are employed but not fully utilized. So he's saying that his cousin is not at his true potential.
Speaking of fetishes, your wiki feet page is elf apps.
All right, mate. Appreciate that. It's just like the one thing I never understand about this community is like you guys have absolutely no shame whatsoever. Like he is not even doing an ironic bit saying that.
Longest thread, coming in at 251 pages. And it's safe to say we're entering a new era of peace.
LFAPS. I want to kill that guy.
But in the shadows, something evil is stewing.
In November of 2014, after announcing that the next patch would be out soon, Vegan and the dev team fell strangely silent. 2 months later, everyone would find out why.
The CIA got him.
Alright, moment of truth.
I don't know why. I thought he had like a Wii remote and a Wii nunchuck there for some reason.
See if we did this right, Mr. Chips.
No.
Hey!
I could not have done this without my patrons, so thank you guys so much.
Okay, this is a shill, but I'm not going to skip it because I think the concept of his Patreon is like actually so cool.
Now, on to the next project. Head over to patreon.com/ManyKudos and help us fund a new flag.
Apparently, with his Patreon, he's got this like 3D lighthouse. And the more patrons he gets, the lighthouse gets upgraded. Which I think, like, I've never seen someone do that for a Patreon. Usually you just get like a funny roll on Discord or something.
On the 8th of January, 2015.
Notice how he thanks his fans. You're commenting on Twitch and you've got no profile picture. Shut up.
Vegan posts the following statement.
Many of you are probably wondering why I haven't updated this topic since November. The answer isn't one I enjoy giving, so let's make a long story as short as possible. Over the Thanksgiving weekend, several of my relatives discovered my fetish.
It's over. Oh, it's over! I could, wow, God, if my family found out, I would kill myself, yeah.
I'd managed to hide it for almost 30 years because I knew exactly the reaction.
Wait, the guy's like 40? This guy's like mid-40s. What?
I would get. Saying these aren't the most open-minded individuals is like calling the ocean somewhat damp. Without going...
He ate them to silence them.
Pyro leaving for basic training in a few days, so I figured I'd drop in. Have the last bit of money I have before the government gets me fursuit money. Anyways, excited for the next main channel video. Have you thought about doing a main Signalize video?
Thank you, Halcyon, for the $40. Oh, mein Gott! Thank you. Signalis, I've said this before, it's kind of already been covered a lot. Maybe later down the line, but it's not really a priority right now. The problem is I keep picking that game up and then I kind of drop it. Because how... I'd complain and cry about how small the inventory space is, but then I also did a video on Cryofear.
Going into too much detail, my career would be utterly demolished if this information got out. My relatives know this, and they're the sort that would use this as a bargaining chip. Now I find myself...
The thing is, I've said this to anyone. It's... You don't understand the power level you get if you ever get publicly outed for what you're into. Genuinely. Because it's all that anxiety of like what people will think about you, but once everyone knows, that shame just like goes away. Completely. If you don't kill yourself, of course.
In the unenviable position of having to pretend to have been born again through the grace of Christ and cured of my fetish. Lest my fundamentalist siblings destroy my future in the name of saving...
I swear it's like always like super religious people as well that like get into stuff like this. It's almost like I don't want to comment on all religions, obviously, because I don't think that's fair to say. And I'm not saying that religion's bad in any way. But I've seen like a couple of cases of people that are brought up in like a hyper religious household, and that almost kind of like suppresses who they are. And because of that, they then end up developing like a really extreme kink or something like that. Again, I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just saying I've seen like cases of that before.
My soul. In any case, I can't continue the development of Devourment until I find a way out of this humiliating situation. If, and hopefully when things change, I fully intend to return. Until then.
The plot has never been...
So he basically is LARPing getting a baptism and then acting like he's cured to throw them off the scent. That is devious.
Thicker. Now, I could give my own opinion here, but I feel like the Master Mushroom says it better than I ever could.
Listen, you don't need to be humiliating. You bring us happiness. I'm Christian, but I'm not so stupid to blacksmithing someone with the people done to you. You give us a lot.
What does that mean, blacksmithing someone?
And we all want to see the first views inside the belly of a character in Skyrim. So Pierce...
He's not even, he's trying so hard to be supportive, but he's doing it in the wrong way. It's like, no, man, you got this. Express yourself. I want to jack off. So you keep working on that mod.
Elf, not listen. No one go to hell if you not do a bad thing.
Do a bad thing? Oh, my ESL.
You done nothing to wrong.
Oh, wow, this is complete ESL.
You do a great job, and I hope you can continue.
50% chance this person is Polish.
Now, Vegan never explicitly says how his family discovered his appetite for vor, but it's possible that having his cousin involved might have had something to do with it.
Requiem of Flesh, his cousin's
Pyro improved his voice acting. That wasn't me.
Account, hasn't been active on the forum since before the Thanksgiving incident.
We do find out roughly what they saw when Vegan regurgitates...
Blood is hating on my country. Yeah, I knew there'd be some Polish people lurking. Had to fire those shots.
...onto the forum for one final post.
So, it doesn't look like I will be able to return to Devourment for the foreseeable future. Until that changes, Sitter Armalane will be continuing the mod's development with my blessing. In the meantime, maybe...
So I christen you my son to finish the scat update.
Maybe I'll take up writing. Text is considerably easier to conceal.
So he's going to be like, okay. So he's going to become one of those novelists doing like fetish novels. Godspeed. Talks in such a dramatic way. It's like I'm watching like the finale of like Kingdom Hearts or something like that. I vor and belch you, my son.
He was clearly quite serious about the blackmail. Passing off the source code to anyone else could run the risk of having male predators added against as well. So, while desperate, they obviously trusted this new user. Sidromalane. Sideromalane?
Sidromelon.
We're calling you Sidromalane. Vegan would come to regret this decision.
Sidromalane, now known as Sally Marcus, was another dev who had been helping Vegan since at least October of 2013.
It's got the vor teeth.
When they offered to record swallowing and in-stomach noises, which tragically broke their microphone.
I just had an epiphany. Your wiki feed page is WFAPS.
I'm gonna be honest here, Yappy. I preferred when you said LFAPS. I'm gonna be completely honest here, but thank you for the $10.
When they stuffed it down their throat. After taking over Devourment, Sally Marcus quickly found themselves subject to the same barrage of tech support questions and requests, nay, demands for male predators. Of course, Sally Marcus didn't share Vegan's hatred of male predators, but because Vegan had trusted them with the source code, Sally Marcus felt honor bound to uphold their wishes. This is...
Yeah, no, don't say you're checking it right now. Let's not be doing that.
Easier said than done. Being subjected to abuse and criticism over an arbitrary rule set by a guy who's probably never going to return quickly drained any motivation that Sally Marcus had for the project, and their role devolved into glorified tech support.
On January 2nd, 2019, user Mimsy celebrates the new year by complaining about the lack of updates to the mod, and especially the lack of male predators.
Why is this mod still in its current
please,
state?
Pyro, I wanna watch the world's most suspenseful chicken palm recipe ever.
The world's most suspenseful chicken palm recipe. Wasn't that the horror thing? Right, shush, my voice acting's coming up, shush.
The lack of male predators.
Why is this mod still in its current state? Why are there no male pred options? The creator of this mod, for some reason, had to go to extensive effort to script conditionals to prevent males from being able to
How is it mid? How is it mid? I gave everything for this performance.
spread, and we've just let
Dreadful.
that mess stick for how many years now? They're an asshole, and I don't understand why anyone is still respecting their wishes at this point with the mod.
Son, I'm crying. That was good. What are you talking about? Oh, Colonel, we're so fucked. Oh, shut up, man. That was way better. That was way better. What are you talking about?
Sally Marcus, this is the final straw. They dropped the source code.
You know what? It's been long enough. Here, I'll probably get my ass kicked for it, but I'm
So that's Dolan, right? This is terrible, and I know this is going to be glazed now immediately.
fed up to the eyeballs of people bitching about how no one ever works on this mod. Maybe,
What is he? Is he doing a Scottish accent? What is he doing there?
just maybe the reason
Maybe, just maybe, the reason I lost interest in continuing is because of the ungrateful whining crybabies giving me grief over a decision that wasn't mine.
I lost interest in continuing
Yeah, immediately chat is saying it's amazing.
is because of the ungrateful whining crybabies giving me grief over a decision that wasn't mine.
Like angels singing to my ears. Hop off, man. God damn.
And for
Thank you, Bush the 5. Thanks for streaming today. My father recently had a widowmaker heart attack and has spent 4 days in the ICU. I'm gonna be. Are you doing an Overwatch bit? I can't tell. Is that actually a thing? I don't want to be insensitive. Oh shit! It's a real thing. What a horrible name for like an actual. What the fuck? A widowmaker heart attack is a type of heart attack in which you have full blockage in your heart's biggest artery. Shit, man. I hope your dad's doing okay. 4 days in the ICU. Is he out of the ICU now? Dude, I wasn't even doing a bit. I just thought it was. I thought he was like LARPing us, doing like an Overwatch bit or something. Yeah, hopefully he's out now, or he's recovering at least, man. Sorry to hear that. Damn. Are you irked there for the 20 months?
glitches I was unable to replicate. Now you get to deal with old.
Oh, he is out and he's recovering. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's really good to hear, man. I didn't mean to do a bit. No, genuinely, I thought you were doing a bit.
That bullshit. So knock yourselves out. Have fun. Damn sure I didn't.
But despite their bitter tone, they were actually grateful for Mimsy's rant.
Your little rant was the final little push I needed. It actually made me happy, knowing someone was still annoyed that the mod wasn't going places and that I
What accent is he doing here? What accent is Dolan doing here?
could make people like you happy with a mouse click.
The first major successor is quick to arrive, and
He's trying to sound southern. Grandpa accent.
now men can eat you as
Better than you? Why are you trying not to laugh? Speed, I'm watching your stream. Why are you trying not to laugh, bro?
Wow! Someone broaches the male predator thing in May of that year, to which Raiden13 summarizes the community's reaction.
I thought everybody forgot about that history. It's done.
Is that internet historian?
He's right. It has finally been long enough since the original drama. And for the first time in the mod's history, people aren't bludgeoning each other in the comments over
Speed starts crying, lets the kid win. W Speed.
male predators. Well, almost everyone.
Dolan has range. I know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to bait me out so I crack and then I show the voice acting bit I talked about earlier. I'm not going to show.
On June 14th, 5.5 years after Vegan's last post, he pops up for one last time.
What? How did he lost his art? Is he doing like a venom snake bit or something?
Cease and desist immediately. Family matters forced me to leave this
No legal backing behind that statement, by the way.
community 5 years ago.
I would, honestly, if I was as desperate as him, I'd just lie and say I've got a lawyer.
Trusted Cineramale with Devourment source code. under the condition that my single request for its use be respected. Namely,
cease and digest immediately.
That my work not be edited to
Why is chat funny today? You guys are never funny.
allow male predators. Clearly, they betrayed that trust. I hate to be so blunt, but as the creator of this intellectual property, I must insist that this unauthorized redistribution of my work be either removed or brought into compliance.
Free my boy.
Vegan never shows up in this thread again, or anywhere for that matter. He had lost a battle of his own creation. After all, you can't put toothpaste.
Thank you, Les, for the 3 months. When is the PO box? Ah, I need to get on that actually. I do need to get on that.
Back in the tube, and you can't put scat back in the pred. Sally Marcus really had opened the floodgates when
We are working on that though at the minute.
they leaked the source code. Even when this version of the mod runs out of steam, Devourment Refactor is already there to pick up the mantle. It's currently on Nexus Mods with 24,000 unique downloads. Updates as recent as
24k downloads is insane.
2024, and activity in its Ecos portal thread as recent as 2026. I guess
Wait, what's this?
24, and activity in its Ecos portal thread.
Very dumb question, but is there a way to make predators strip when eating prey? Sadly, not getting the big full bellies when they nom someone unless I strip/console command their clothes off. I did the body slide thing, but I also use Sky Furry, which doesn't seem to get the bellies. Also, Devourment isn't recognizing that I have XPMSE installed, which is interesting.
As recent as 2026. I guess it's a sign of
No, that's not my alt account, man. Shut up.
progress that any drama in the comments of the Nexus listing are about the smuttiness of it and not about male predators. Vegan Story is one that we've seen play out hundreds of times already. An internet creator who is wholly unable to handle the fame and criticism that comes when heralding a popular project. Can people be expected to respect an author's wishes when said wishes are arbitrary, hypocritical, and enforced to a near-psychotic degree? Can anyone truly retain ownership of...
Is it bad I recognize 90% of what that guy said? I was going to say yeah, but you're a member for like 20 months, so I'll allow it.
their work once it's been uploaded to the perpetually roiling mass of clips and memes and ROM hacks and mods that is the internet? Or am I looking a bit too close at a mod that lets fantasy Viking women swallow you whole while you tug your little corkscrew penis?
Corkscrew penis.
Going through a difficult breakup right now. Thank you, Slop Man, for your content.
Ugh.
The Pyro-social relationship is keeping me sane.
Thank you, God's epiest goober, for the $10. Hope you're doing well, man. Read the full member message. I need to send you canvas-drawn furry inflation art. Yeah, no, I said once I get the PO box set up, I will announce it.
Before you guys go, I forgot to show you what I risked my damn life for back in Crime City.
Was that like golden Pokemon card? But yeah, if anyone hasn't heard of him before, I definitely recommend checking out Kudos. Like, his videos are so underappreciated, it's actually insane. Like, the amount of effort he puts in, like, he should be getting way more views than this. He's obviously got a Patreon and stuff, but still, you know. All right, I saw this video here. This wizard thinks he isn't getting the death penalty. I think this is like one of those like JCS videos, but it's just like a parody.
On a quiet Saturday, June 14th at 4:23 a.m., the eldritch entity known as Pantalagon emerged from his spectral sarcophagus and rained chaos upon the entire northern continent, including the territories of Schemed. Eyewitnesses claim that the stars were blotted out in an unholy darkness as blood rained from the sky.
Was that the footage? I swear there was like dash cam footage of like a meteorite falling from Russia.
Unholy darkness.
I think that's what they used there.
As blood rained from the skies and fire erupted from the deep. The resulting epic
You said the deep, and I just remembered the deep from the boys and how terrible that character is.
of pandemonium and terror was thereafter known as the Great Thaumatism.
Also, fellas, no spoilers for the boys, but the latest episode, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And we've only got 3 episodes left. It might be over. I feel like the last 3 episodes, they're really going to lock in. I hope so. Because at the minute, I feel like I feel like the way that they're doing the show at the minute, we've still got like 2 more seasons left or something. The latest episode was good. I mean, if you enjoyed it, fair enough. I'm going to be honest. The bit with Butcher's dog, that cutaway, what did we learn there? You just see Homelander's ass like twice. There was nothing there, but yeah, I won't speak spoilers. If they cut that bit out of the entire episode, it would have been a lot better.
Come in. Sorry about the wait. It's literally
I like how they've compressed it to make it look like it's actual like footage inside an interrogation room.
hell on earth out there. Can I get you anything? You all right? Maybe water or maybe a flagon of ale.
Could I have a mana potion?
Are they going to pause and do like the breakdown analysis as well?
No.
Oh, they are.
This is Lieutenant Bronwick Kettlecap, lead investigator of the Thistlewood Town Guard. He was a volunteer man-at-arms in the Battle of Timid Kings and has an impressive record of over 14 convictions and 25 beheadings.
It's like an Oblivion when you punch a guard in accident. And then you're just like, yeah, take me to jail.
During our examination of this footage, we will be analyzing.
What does he say again? It's like, stop. It's like, stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine. Or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Well, yeah, I guess it depends on the crime you do. If you get caught stealing or like trying to break in, that's when you get that charge.
The interrogation tactics used.
I just love the bit where you just resist arrest and they go, then pay with your blood!
By the guardsmen, as well as the overall behavior and psychology of the suspect in question.
I remember when I play Oblivion as a kid, I'd always crank the difficulty down to like the most easy and then just like punch all the guards to death.
Busy wizard. Possession of an unregistered homunculus. Astral projection in a restricted dimension. Possession of chaos
He says homunculus. I just remember that bit from Smiling Friends.
crystals with
Dude, I think the whole thing with Smiling Friends as well. Quick bit on that. If they actually did end the show, and this isn't some really elaborate bit, I'm actually already seeing drones on Twitter saying, watch Smiling Friends the first time, this shit is so unfunny. And it's like, I feel that they actually ended it at the perfect time. Because now you're going to have the wave of just bitter people coming in and watching the show. And then they're like, oh, this sucks. Why is everyone like shilling it so much? I'm not laughing at every joke.
intent to distribute.
I had no intention of sharing those. Those were for me.
I think Smiling Friends was great. Especially the first season.
Granting sent.
Twitter MFs are always miserable. I've said this about 200 times, but again, it is like people on Twitter, if someone tweets more than like, 30 times a day, 40 times a day, just disregard anything that they're saying. Anything that they're saying. Like they are so hooked online. And you'll notice, and again, I've said this a lot, they will hate on anything that doesn't apply to their specific autistic hyperfixation. That they'll like defend to the death. Anything else is like they hate it.
To a flammable object. And you pirated a sea shanty.
Well, no, it's more like if you see someone that's tweeting like 30, 40 times a day, you'll notice that they're tweeting like kind of like multiple times every hour. And you can look at the timeline and be like, holy shit, you you did not even go outside today. You've just been like, you've just been on Twitter. Like, bro, I'm not even saying go outside. Just play a video game or something.
That's quite the rap sheet.
Don't forget melting a pig.
Melting? I didn't see that here. Uh-oh.
This is Trismegistus Conethorpe, also known as...
How did you come up with that name? That is amazing.
The Wizard Magius, disgraced member of the Round Council. Already on probation with the
Looks like me when I hit 30.
Shadow Star Alliance and wanted by the Mad King for crimes against insanity, he's about to find himself in some seriously hot cauldron water.
Anti-magic manacles, pal. Not gonna work.
Fuck!
Is that when you cast a novice destruction spell in Oblivion? It's like, oh my god, fire in my hands! And then it just does absolutely nothing. It's like, what's the first destruction spell you get in Skyrim? It's just the constant... It's not even a fireball, right? It's just a constant flame barrage, and it runs out after like 2 seconds.
You have the right to remain silent. You have waived the right to cast silence.
I like how leveling up in Oblivion is just the same as RuneScape. Well, there's no actual skill to it. You just have to grind. Like, you're just running around and then spamming Conjuration over and over just to min-max and, like, get your skill up. I remember when I first played Oblivion, and, you know, you can pick your star signs or your zodiac or whatever it's called. I picked the Atronak. I think that's what it's called. The big stone golem thing. That is the worst skill you can pick in the entire game. Because it's the only one that stops you from regenerating magicka. It's like, it's just terrible.
Where were you on the night of the third moon cycle?
I wanna look that up actually. Hang on. I wanna look that up. Yeah, I found it. This is complete and utter garbage, by the way. It's a birth sign that affects your magicka. So it gives you a bunch of benefits to magic, like 50% absorption, it fortifies it. But then you can't regenerate it. You can't so you've got to rely on potions or maybe a spell that replenishes it. You have a 50% spell absorption to recharge your magicka. So what does that mean? You basically have to take damage from enemies that use magic to get your magicka back. That is terrible. Like, if you're not constantly regenning... Okay, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some people in the comments that are, like, proving me wrong that there's, like, really good builds based around it, but still.
I think I was in my tower.
Real good for warriors. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, for people that don't use magic, yeah, like, that's insane. That's really good. But, like, I feel like endgame Oblivion, you're going to be trying to get, you know, you're going to try to get to 100 master or whatever it is for, like, every single skill.
Doing a potion?
Oh, true. You can, like, fortify armor to regen magicka. That's actually a good point. I forgot about that.
What's that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
We've found this in your bag of holding.
I was holding that bag of holding for a friend.
It's the Obama-Nomicon.
Okay, the thing he just said, I just made a weird connection there. You know what? You know, like those shows at airports where they, you know, they stop people and then they film them and stuff like that. And they might have drugs in their bag. That's why they got stopped. And then the person always says at the airport, did you pack this bag yourself? And obviously everyone always says yes. But what happens if you say you didn't pack the bag yourself? Could you just have like a kilo of drugs in there and then they just let you go? Because it's like, oh, well, we found all these drugs, but you didn't pack them yourself. You said so. You'd never lie. I met you 5 minutes ago, but you'd never lie.
So of course, no, you're free to go. You can even keep the drugs. I mean, they're not yours. You wouldn't use them.
Is that what happens? No, my drug dealer did. Go and try it. I'm not packing a bag full of drugs going to the airport. I don't know why they ask that always, though. Did you pack it yourself or no? Because it's like... No, officer, you pack this bag for me? Holy Uno reverse card. That's genius. Dude, you're a genius. That's so smart. Wait, so if I get caught with drugs at the airport, I just say that one of the staff packed it for me, and then he gets arrested. Oh my god, I could say that I'm like his drug mule.
One of the 12 forbidden tomes.
You might get off, but they're taking all your shit. Could you imagine? It's like you've snuck in like $8 billion or something. And then a bunch of drugs. And it's like, oh, did you pack the bag? Nah. Okay, you're free to go. No, they still arrest you, but now they search other people with similar connections. Oh, it just widens the search. Okay.
Under arrest.
Look at the body length.
It's not my bag, it's yours. What do you mean?
You can be proven innocent, as like unknowingly transporting contraband abroad. You can fight it in court, but good fucking luck finding the perpetrator.
Thank you, sad Swedish man. Right. So you can be proven innocent, like unknowingly transporting contraband. See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if you say that you didn't pack it yourself, that would help you if you knew that you were transporting something that you shouldn't. Okay, that's interesting.
Which here. Notice how the cone of his hat is angled away.
No reason, by the way, guys. No reason.
From the investigator.
Like if they search my case and then they find the shoe in there, I didn't pack this bag.
Already a clear sign of discomfort. This wizard is nervous.
To Magius, my partner in crime. Happy 423rd, my man. Signed, Oblivicus the Shadowmancer.
I mean, I'm 424, so that really could be anybody. Named Magius.
Look, possession of something like this alone could land you in prison for a long time.
Please, no prison can hold me.
No, not prison. Prism.
Oh, yeah. That could hold me.
They're going to put his ass in a soul gem.
Prism is jail for wizards.
Love.
just don't even elaborate on what the difference is.
Lot of dark magic in here. Power word peel. Shrink helmet. Slurt. It's got slurt. I mean, these spells are all super illegal.
I wouldn't know. I don't know what those are.
What's decapistrate?
If I had to guess. And your penis off at the same time. But again, I really wouldn't know because I don't know what that is.
What about glory portal?
Oh my god.
Glory portal.
This is what the show Cops would have looked like 800 years ago.
A 5th level conjuration spell that summons a tomato-sized portal to the suction dimension at waist height. The portal lasts about 1.5 to 6 minutes, or until the caster is done using it. The spell requires concentration.
I wouldn't even begin to know what that is, or why anyone would cast that spell.
Really? Because you bookmarked it right here.
I've never seen that bookmark in my life.
The guard is getting nowhere, and will now need to apply pressure.
Shrek 2 did this bit a decade ago. Yeah, Shrek 2 had the cops bit when handsome Shrek and Donkey, when he turned into a horse, got arrested. I remember that. Thank you, Mom.
Hi, Mommy. Glad I caught this stream. I love you. Mommy, please peg me hard tonight. I have been waiting patiently. Have your way. I'll even be extra gassy and raw done if that gets you going. Mwah. I love you, Mommy Pyro.
Thank you, Mommy Pyro's bitch, for the $10. Oh my god.
A number of sophisticated psychological techniques from his investigative tool
Donos like that are just torture.
belt.
You like that? You like the big pliers on your hand? No! Okay, here's a hot poker.
By allowing the pliers to remove the suspect's fingernails and also jamming a hot poker into his head, the investigator has subtly changed the atmosphere of the room, ever so slightly increasing the chances of a confession.
Okay, fine, fuck, it's mine, it's mine!
They're just doing the opening of like Call of Duty World at War. Yeah, you guys want to see like subtly changing the atmosphere of the room? Hang on. Yeah, let's take a look at this example here. This came out like 16 years ago, subtly changing the atmosphere of the room here.
You think because you say nothing, you are strong?
Notice how the person in the interrogation room is being beaten relentlessly with a hot poker. This is subtly changing the atmosphere of the room.
Don't
tell him a fucking thing.
Notice how he spat blood in the interrogator's face. This means subtly that he's uncomfortable with the situation and requires a lawyer. Notice how he put the lit cigar out in his eye. This means the interrogator is saying at the minute, a lawyer cannot be present, even a pro bono one.
Go to hell.
Notice how he slit his throat. That means he died. All right.
All right, good.
I know, I just see like any torture scene, it just reminds me of that opening for World at War.
Now we're getting somewhere. So what is it you do exactly for the Round Council?
He lived. What he had his throat slit.
Paperwork?
Oh no, there is regen health in COD, to be fair. Yeah, he lived.
I'm basically a glorified scribe.
Really? Because it says here that you're in charge of a pretty important artifact. A Tharxian warding crystal?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
I mean, we have ways of finding out.
Okay, like you have the mana to cast cone.
Thank you, Dom, for the 7 months. Finals week, and instead of studying, I'm giving this chud money. To be fair, the wizards with guns is amazing. Study, bro. You don't wanna fail because of a slop tuber. Come on.
Cone of truth. But you legally have to tell me if you're casting Cone of Truth.
I mean, I guess watching a stream is slightly better than just scrolling on Reels.
It's the law.
This is...
Pyro, I made Szechuan chicken. Do you want me to send it in your P.O. box unrefrigerated? Definitely.
False. A deputized Teravian guardsman is legally allowed to use deception when casting Cone of Truth. However, he would technically also be inside the Cone of Truth, and would therefore be unable to lie. But if he could, he would totally be allowed, legally speaking.
Remember how, like, they said that there was a truth serum that people could take? What was it called again? It's not real. It's, yeah, penethal or something. Maybe it's just... Ah, that's it. Sodium penethal. Oh, sodium pentothal. I'm guessing it just... I'm guessing it just makes you so, like, plastered. Like, you're just not going to lie. Because your frontal lobe is just gone. It's like if you get, like, blackout drunk or something like that. A rapid onset, ultra short acting barbiturate historically used to induce general anesthesia, control seizures, and manage. Oh, so it is a depressant. Well, if it basically does the equivalent of getting you, like, if it just shuts down your frontal lobe, it's just going to make you say anything. Not a set. It's not going to make it. It's not going to make you tell the truth. It's just going to make you say absolutely anything. So that doesn't really make much sense.
But most guardsmen would just put a hot iron in his pee hole.
So, it'd be pretty bad if something happened to your artifact, right?
I mean, nothing happened.
I mean, yeah, it's at the polygraph test as well. That's proven to be BS. I've seen JCS videos where they use the polygraph test. There was a guy in JCS, and he murdered his wife and 2 children, and they did a polygraph on him. And they basically, like, the polygraph can't be used for conviction. It can't, because it's too inaccurate. Like, it can get false readings. Your baseline anxiety might be higher, so anything appears as a lie. Or you could just be, like, a sociopath or psychopath, and then you'll just pass every test because you've got no anxiety there. Because, like, you've got emotional dysregulation. It's like an extreme degree. But I remember when is it Chris Watts or something like that? I forget his name. But they also said it's called locking in once to pass the polygraph. But yeah, the guy, I think what they did is they didn't get the results for the polygraph, but they just lied to him and said you failed, just to kind of psych him out and get him to admit everything. And I think then he did.
But even if something...
It is crazy, like, in the interrogation room, how much the police can just lie. Like, they don't have to be honest about anything. They can just make up shit to make you think that they've got you.
Did? I think it'd be fine.
There's a good video that JCS did, and it was like a bunch of people that were actually innocent of what they did. But then the interrogators were just like, no, we got you on CCTV. We've got you. We've got the evidence. It's like, you know, just flat out lying just so they can get like a promotion or something and just call it a day.
It would not be fine. There are exactly 8 Tharxian warding crystals, each placed at the top of a tower.
I don't answer questions.
Guarded by the highest rank.
Yeah, just gotta do the Mr. In-Between bit. I don't answer questions.
Wizards of the Round Council. These towers are perfectly positioned to form a gargantuan magic circle. When activated, this circle forms an arcane bond strong enough to seal the spectral sarcophagus at its center, entombing the great demon lord, Pentalagon. If
they just represent him as an emoji.
Even one of the crystals were to be destroyed, or simply removed from its tower, the spell would be broken and Pentalagon would be free to bring about the Thaumacism.
Who drew that? Really just got like the ass dangling out of the guy's mouth as well.
Yeah, probably nothing bad.
And you're sure nothing accidentally happened to it?
Yep.
Because a lot can happen in a wizard's tower. A stray spell knocks into a cauldron.
How do I get hair like you? Go to bed and sleep on one side.
Golem steps on it. I don't know. Falls into a hole.
It wouldn't fall into a hole.
How about sucked into a hole?
I don't even know why you would ask that, because mine is completely safe. All the way up at the top of my tower.
Is that the prison?
Found that in the suction dimension. Really only one way it could have ended up there. How do you think that happened?
I don't know. Could have been like a glory portal.
What?
Probably a glory portal.
Huh.
Oh my god! Are you seriously suggesting that I'm some sort of vile pervert who would summon an illegal portal to a realm of infinite suction of unlimited torque? Just so I can what? Just jam my little wizard dingus in there, get my magic
Gandalf crashing out.
rocks off, and in the process, I maybe accidentally made the portal a little too big, made it a little too strong. That's not... Sucked up all my magic shit, including my artifact, because that did not happen.
That's exactly what happened. Shortly after this interrogation, authorities were able to confirm this very narrative through eyewitness testimony of an unlicensed homunculus, along with this subpoenaed footage from...
What the fuck am I looking at? the Axiom body cam as well with the watermark. That's genius. Like you said, Swedish man for the 10. Why did your donut not go through? Let me try and replay it. Maybe you said something that triggered it. Maybe you triggered a filter. I think the wizard is lying. Not gonna lie. What do you think? Pyro inflation? No, I trust him. I trust him.
Footage from Magius's orb.
The body cam is crazy work.
Unfortunately, at the time, the guardsman was unaware of these developments.
Glory hole on the wall of family photos is diabolical.
You're right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Good.
That accident didn't happen.
Great.
Because I think you did it on purpose.
What?
On the night in question, mere hours before the thaumacism began, Oblivicus the Shadowmancer was seen in attendance at the bone spire of Galatrax the Defiler, where the two of them raised an undead horde. The horde then immediately bent to the will of the far greater nearby evil, Pentalagon. The investigator is now attempting to claim Magius was present during these events, in order to cement him as a dark mage and establish a motive of intentionally freeing Pentalagon.
Nice try!
AI could never replicate any of this.
You almost got me with the whole pervert and denial act.
Right.
You monster. I'll have you decapitated for this.
Well, hold on.
Knowing what we know now, the
wait a minute.
guardsman is mistaken.
This video's boring. You definitely heard too many words and your brain just shut off. Without a doubt.
We'll have to keep watching to see if he's following a false lead, or actually...
My attention span is too cooked for this. Dude, could you imagine like any Gen Alpha like in the interrogation room like 10 years from now? They'd commit like triple homicide or something, and like the interrogator would literally have to have an iPad taped to the wall just with like TikTok or on auto scroll or something to keep their attention. It's like that bit that Markiplier does with his chat where he's like, you know, dangling the keys and stuff.
An unorthodox approach to obtain a confession.
You raised the guy a horde, why wouldn't you banish your artifact to set him free?
Oh my god! I literally wasn't even at the
Jingle, jingle.
spire that night! You could ask Oblivicus!
We already did.
He was at the top of the spire.
What? Oh my god!
Both the cop and the criminal will be scrolling reels.
God, that's not true! He's literally lying! I totally flaked on those assholes!
To do what?
Now that he's got the wizard in a heightened state of emotion, the investigator will attempt an advanced technique. This method is controversial for its high rate of false confessions. The method is as follows. Sympathize with the suspect. Provide relief. Establish a rapport. Abandon all previous steps. And repeatedly stab them with a spear.
Why did you ditch your friend?
It's fake. It's fake. The spear didn't go in. It's all acting.
Okay, fine. I was doing the glory portal. I swear it was an accident. You were right the first time.
Yeah, right. I don't believe it! I swear! I just wanted to get...
Look how small the stabs are that he's doing as well. It's like how people spam attacks in like Skyrim VR or something.
my wand wet. I haven't felt the touch of a wench in ages. I was lonely, okay? I was weak. What do you want me to say? Huh? Galatrax? Oblivicus?
That's right, asshole! He admitted it! Yes, bitch! We totally got you!
Oh my god!
And we got it all on the orb!
Oh, no freaking way! Oh, what the shit?
Next time, don't ditch us, dildo!
Oh my god!
Yeah!
This was all just a prank!
Yep, yeah!
So none...
Someone in chat said, horrible histories is different from what I remember.
None of it was real!
Oh no, this was all very real. We're definitely going to Prism.
What?
Okay, sorry about that. Can I get you anything? Water, mana potion?
Surely just stab him. Did he flow? Why does he have a flintlock pistol? That's like a couple hundred years early. Is it? Yeah, it is.
Magius and Galatrax were sentenced to 2 years in prison and 1,000,000 years in prism.
Wait, was that... Did he say prism twice, or did he say prison and then prism?
Sentenced to 2 years in prison and 1,000,000 years in prism.
Ah, 2 years in prison, 1,000,000 years in prism.
Oblivicus was rushed to the nearest commune of clerics, but fell off the cart in transit and was cut in half by a wagon wheel. Bronwick Kettlecap was polymorphed into a...
Why did that just remind me of that terrible moment, like early game in Red Dead 2, when the wagon wheel falls off?
Oh, I broke the goddamn wheel. And then you need to get off the wagon, and you gotta fix it, and it takes so long. Like that wagon in the intro, when you get off the mountain, moves so slow anyway.
Please tell me like someone else remembers that.
Polymorphed into a chair.
He turned into her sandpiper.
He is still a chair to this day.
I don't know why, that's like the only dialogue I remember in Red Dead 2. Ah, I broke the goddamn wheel.
Granting sentience to it.
Okay, that was kind of burst. I'm happy I got sent that. How long have I got left? I've probably got about 50 minutes left with you guys. There's a video called The Infamy of Japan's Worst Surgeon. Depends how long it is. I probably need, because how much I pause and like side quests and stuff, I probably need something that's like 20 minutes. I mean, that sounds interesting though. It's probably a couple hours long. Oh, it's literally 20 minutes. Okay, yeah, we can get, I want to give this a watch then. It's this one, right? The Infamy of Japan's Worst Surgeon. All right. What? Why? No, I gotta go training, bro. I gotta get all buff and stuff.
Never give up on your dreams, no matter how many
I love Japanese ads so much.
times you fail. One Japanese man took this message to heart. The only issue was, his dream was to be a brain surgeon. And no matter how hard he tried, he just sucked at it. But that didn't stop him. He would never give up, no matter how many procedures he screwed up.
This is really funny because there's a Netflix show called Beef that's really good, and season 2 just came out. And one of the plot threads in season 2 is there's a surgeon. I mean, he's Korean. It's actually it's the same actor that played the father in Parasite from the Poor Family. But he's also a surgeon, and he's so terrible at his job. Like he just ends up like killing people. But he just refuses to retire.
No matter how many lives he ruined, he would be a surgeon.
I am a surgeon. I still can't believe the I'm a surgeon guy is that's Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I am a surgeon. I am
It's
a
July
surgeon.
2019, and Matsui Hiroki has just been hired by Akko City Hospital, the only hospital in, well, Akko City. Akko is one of those small Japanese towns with not a lot going on. The biggest landmarks are the train station, a shrine, and the ruins of an old castle. Matsui had been recruited by Dr. Chiba, Akko's top neurosurgeon, who was impressed by his experience at Kyoto Memorial, a big...
Oh, damn. Thank you, Spookston, for the raid. 700 viewers. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Wait, who's Spookston? Have I seen Spookston before? Who is this guy? I make videos on tank games. What the hell, guys? I love fairies now. Holy. I love fairies now. Thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate that. I don't think I've spoke to you before. Or maybe I have. And then I just look like a piece of shit. What kind of...
When we think about tank building nations, we typically don't think about Australia. However, during World War II, Australia did put in a genuine effort to build a tank. This is the AC-4, and as you can see, its design is pretty unique. It's got a
fairy with a fixation on infantry and tanks. Dude, look, what the hell? Look at his views as well. He uploads daily. That's like really good. What the? His views are really good. Why have I never heard of this guy? Oh, notice how no Twitter link in the profile? I respect it. Damn. That's crazy. All right, thank you for the raid, though, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I would follow you back on Blue Sky, but I do not have Blue Sky.
Big hospital. While Matsui had technically never performed a surgery, Dr. Chiba was convinced that under his mentorship, Matsui could be a huge asset for his struggling hospital. Matsui, with cutting-edge techniques and 200 surgeries under his belt, as an assistant surgeon that is, leaves such a strong impression on Chiba that he immediately puts Matsui on his neurosurgery team. In his first week, Matsui is going to be the chief surgeon on a major operation, a brain tumor removal on a 30-year-old patient. Not only is the surgery a complete success, but Matsui completes it in record time. In the operating room, he insists...
Imagine doing a speed run any % on someone's life-saving surgery.
...that the surgical staff literally give him a round of applause for his achievement. Dr. Chiba is extremely impressed, but in the post-operative review, Chiba realizes the reason Matsui finished the procedure so quickly is because he only removed 20% of the tumor. Now, Chiba has to perform...
Wait, I need to follow that Spookston guy back on Twitch, actually, because I'm going to forget about that. Okay, there we go.
Perform a second surgery just to clean up Matsui's mess, and
bro has a crush, it's over. No, it's like someone I'm not aware of gave me a raid of like nearly 1,000 people. I've got to show appreciation for it at least.
Fortunately, the patient does go on to make a full recovery. For this story, that counts as a happy ending. Now, did Matsui learn anything from this mistake? No, actually, he didn't even show up to the second operation. He apparently had something more important to do than brain surgery.
Why? I look at this building and I just had like an immediate flashback to the Scientology buildings because of all those raids going on right now.
This should have been Dr. Chiba's first hint that something was wrong, but instead, he decides to cut
You have to pay DLC to remove the rest of the tumor. No, that's American healthcare.
Matsui some slack.
Is Japanese healthcare free? I'm assuming not. Is it free? It does not have entirely free, but it has universal health insurance. So it's the same as America, right? Residents pay 30% of the medical costs while the government covers the remaining 70%. Okay, that's... I think it's a bit better than America. 30%. Yeah. The US system is not universal, costs significantly more per capita, and often leads to out-of-pocket expenses. Okay.
Starting any new job is hard, especially when that job is, again, brain surgery. Dr. Chiba had a good feeling about Matsui, and he knew everything was going to work out in the end.
It's subsidized.
2 months later, Matsui seems to be getting the hang of things, so it was time for another surgery. This time, Matsui would prove himself. Matsui's first case upon his return is an 83-year-old man presenting with paralysis below the waist. Matsui's diagnosis is hydrocephalus. Basically, the guy's got fluid in his brain. Is this diagnosis backed up by any tests? No, but it's fine. Just trust him, bro.
Wait, wait. So what, he's just saying that it came to him in a dream?
I am gonna become the best surgeon in the world and I don't care how many people I have to kill to get there. Now that's what I call motivation.
I mean, technically you're not wrong. Because obviously, when you get surgery, you're told the list of complications that can happen. And a lot of the times it does involve death. So obviously if you do die, you can't really sue, or it's harder to sue. So couldn't you could just kill everyone, right? I mean, you'd have a 0% success rate. But then you could brag and say that you've operated on more patients than anyone else.
Matsui tells the patient that surgery is going to fix all his problems and get him walking again.
I've always found the concept so scary, though. Like, you know, people that you rely on, like, for example, airline pilots, doctors, that kind of thing. When they have to operate something and you're basically under their care. Like, imagine if they just have, like, a mental breakdown or they're, like, on drugs or something like that.
Where's the Total Chaos video, Mr. It'll be out in April cynical.
Thank you, Blade Runner, for the 10. I have said earlier it will be out next week. Like, no longer than 10 days.
Okay, so...
Thank you, Mordem, for the 7 months.
The old man still can't walk after the surgery. Not only that, but now he can't even swallow, meaning that Matsui has done some serious...
Do you only have 1 or 2 Discord? I've only got the 1 server, yeah, the public one. And then if you become a member, you've got different tabs. Casual Discord art contest. That's a good idea. We should do that. Mods, could you make a note, please?
Damn it.
Because I'm stupid. Thank you.
But Matsui just shrugs. I mean, it's not his fault, and there's nothing anyone could have done. That was his new
10 days isn't next week. It's Monday, bro. It's Monday.
Catchphrase. By this point, Dr. Chiba was starting to get a little concerned. He conducts a review of Matsui's cases, and what he finds shocks him. For one, Matsui was finding, or more like scouting, his surgical prospects during outpatient visit.
Spookston told us to call you Gassy. It's just even other communities, man. Like, I'm never going to escape it.
Matsui's basically a used car salesman for brain surgeries. He diagnosed the patients based more on gut feel than tests or evidence, sell them on the...
You were stupid, and I'm not noting that down. Well, no. You can note down the thing I said, just don't note down that I'm stupid.
Idea that his surgery would solve all of their issues, and then schedule them into the OR as soon as possible. None of that boring pharmacology stuff. Matsui just wanted to play Operation.
Dude, that game was so hard as a kid, genuinely. Like, pulling out that butterfly. The butterfly in his stomach. And it's literally just like a piece of paper.
But Chiba isn't a confrontational guy.
Hang on. Oh, there's so many variations of it now. What was the hardest thing to pull out? The pliers. The pliers in his chest were like, that was always the worst thing to pull out. It was just so difficult.
And he did, after all, hire Matsui, so he decides to just wait and see for now. A couple days later, Matsui treats...
I was not rich enough for that toy. Wasn't it like $5?
A 43-year-old man with chronic nerve pain in his face. Matsui drills a small hole in the patient's skull to relieve pressure on the compressed nerve.
Dude, didn't they used to do this shit in like the medieval times, like bloodletting or something? Oh yeah, let's drill a hole in his brain to let like all the bad stuff out.
Sounds simple, right? Nope, the patient wakes up from surgery and discovers he's now deaf on the drilled side. Once again, Matsui's response is, it wasn't the surgery. There's nothing anyone could have done. That same week, Matsui is called in to do a procedure called
Let me drill a hole in his brain. He died. Nothing could be done.
A clot retrieval on a 90-year-old stroke victim, Mrs. Yamada. This procedure requires him to insert a device called a catheter into the patient's cerebral artery. Matsui performs the surgery in a totally carefree manner, guiding the catheter like he's playing Subway Surfers. Mrs. Yamada suffers an intracranial bleed during the surgery and falls into a coma. Unfortunately, Mrs. Yamada would never wake up.
Marks or pliers here? Yeah, L-joke mod. We need new mods.
Up from this coma. A month later, she passed away. What's Matsui's reaction to this outcome? You guessed it. There was nothing anyone
There was
could have
nothing.
done.
There was a patient that complained about a headache. I shot him in the temple to relieve the pressure and he died. There was nothing that could be done. Nothing.
Matsui has now made 3 serious surgical errors in 8 days. For some baffling reason, Dr. Chiba still does not suspend his operating privileges. October 3rd.
I mean, surely they don't suspend it because he's treating the majority of people in there. But is this in a row? Like, you know, you'd think after like the second person, you'd be like, okay, this guy, we need to review his medical license here.
Matsui is scheduled to perform a cervical laminoplasty on Mrs. Saito, a 75-year-old woman with cervical spinal canal stenosis. In English, Matsui is going to widen her spinal canal with a drill. It sounds terrifying, but this is a fairly common and safe procedure. That is, until you remember this is Matsui we're talking about.
Right, this is nowhere near the brain, I think. I'm not sure if he's starting at the top of the spine or the bottom, though.
Kimura, in the
Thank you. Active 4 for the 3 months.
Hospital's medical safety office, receives a call on the emergency line. She rushes to the operating room and finds
He just killing people.
Matsui in a visible state of shock. He had pierced the vertebrae at the neck, drilling directly into the spinal cord and
Right. So it was near the brain.
Completely severing it. The result was...
Oh, that's like... Yeah, that's just you're never going to walk again. Because if your spine can't communicate with your brain, it's over.
Complete and irreversible paralysis from the neck down.
Yeah. A similar thing happened to one of the actors for Superman. Like, Superman from the 80s, I think. I forget his name, but he fell off his horse and he had an injury in a similar position. And he was just stuck in like a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Like, complete and total paralysis.
He had turned Mrs. Saito into a quadriplegic.
You should play Idols of Ash. I have, I did play that on stream. I couldn't finish the final bit though.
Now, would this be the thing that makes Matsui finally take responsibility for his actions? No, of course not. Instead, he desperately lashes out at everyone around him, going as far as asking Dr. Chiba to take the fall for him. And when that doesn't work, Matsui goes to his patient, or I guess his victim at this point, begging her to let him operate again to fix the issue. Yes, his solution was more surgery. She tells him to f off, so Matsui has her sent to a rehabilitation facility under the pretext that she has dementia. This is the caliber of person we're talking about here. A doctor who will paralyze you, completely ruin your life, and then ship you off to some warehouse to cover up his own tracks. Just as a reminder, all of this occurred within the span of 1 month. In the time it takes for
The fact that there's no guilt there and just blaming someone else, that is actual narcissism as well. That's crazy.
Your Amazon Prime trial to
It's not even like, you know, in a sympathetic way, oh, he's really old, but he still wants to keep his job. And, you know, like, even then, it's like, you're still killing people, bro. But the fact you just blame everyone else.
Matsui has killed or permanently injured 4 people. And he wasn't about to stop.
Wait, in what span of time?
This occurred within the span of 1 month.
Oh my God.
In the time it takes for your...
Dude, I thought he was going to say over like 10 years or something.
Amazon Prime trial to expire, Matsui has killed or permanently injured 4 people. And he wasn't about to stop. We'll get to that.
Sociopath or just a complete idiot. Yeah, it's pretty hard to discern the two sometimes.
But first, we have something much more important to talk about.
Dude, you're talking about people that died. Is this...
Sponsor of today's video, War...
I don't think that was a good way to transition into a sponsor. I don't think that was good.
But first...
I don't think, no.
4 people.
I don't think that was a good way to transition into a sponsor for some reason.
And he wasn't about to stop. We'll get to that. But first, we have something much more important to talk about. The sponsor of today's video.
That has to be parody. He hasn't made any jokes. I thought like I was being a bit insensitive, saying like bro's just killing people. Maybe the guy narrating is a sociopath. That is a crazy worded choice. Crazy choice of words there.
So it was clear by now that
yeah, these people died. Like even if you just said anyways, this video is sponsored.
Matsui,
but it's like something much more important. These people died. It's really sad, but there's something much more important. My bank account.
He was not a good surgeon.
Thank you, Bush, for the 2. War Thunder got to be one of the worst sponsors for this. Maybe other than like Surgeon Simulator.
Even from the beginning, there were a bunch of red flags that Dr. Chiba had just missed, or more likely ignored. Like
I'm trying to think of a way that he could do a worse transition. It'd be something like, these people died under this doctor. They could have afforded a better doctor if they went with Revolut, you know, just something like that.
It turns out that even before hiring him, the head of the hospital, Dr. Fuji, had actually gone to Kyoto to discuss Matsui with his former bosses. They warned Fuji that Matsui was incapable of performing even basic medical procedures like staunching blood.
Could be better help. Yeah, that's a good one actually. The surviving family members needed support. That's why this video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Not only that,
keep them coming, please keep them coming.
That everyone at Kyoto absolutely despised him and thought he was a pain in the ass. This was not a surprise to the staff.
ZocDoc sponsor segment. Okay, what's that one? I haven't heard of that one. What is ZocDoc? Find a doctor near you. We're getting close to the bottom of the iceberg. The iceberg here. The iceberg tier list.
At Akko. I mean, Matsui's a complete mess there, too. He frequently sneezes right over patients in the middle of surgery. His desk is a pig pen. It's covered in papers, food, and...
Got some manga there. I respect it.
In the middle of surgery.
All right,
His desk is a pig pen.
There is a lot of manga he has on that table, by the way.
It's covered in papers, food, and even his own socks. One time, he was...
Yeah, imagine doing that.
MIA for a surgery, and the staff found him in the parking lot showing off his new car. So why didn't anyone at Akko City Hospital stop him? Well, for some mysterious reason, Dr. Chiba simply refused to give up on Matsui. Despite everything he's witnessed, despite everything Matsui screwed up, Chiba still clung to the delusion.
What did you do? There was nothing on the table and I just threw it off to the side.
That Matsui could be an asset to the hospital. And not to mention, it was hard to get any surgeon to work in Akko, even a bad one.
How pre-planned? Yeah, I set that up for a bit, sure. I mean, no one fucking clips my shit anyway, so
but Chiba
settle
wasn't
down.
the only one who dropped the ball here. Akko Hospital actually has a...
I need to do that business model that like all the big streamers do, where they just pay like 30 people to clip all their shit.
Medical safety office formed specifically to prevent these kind of incidents. But it was an open secret that the department was a joke. Medical safety positions here are treated like cushy landing spots for retirement age employees.
Isn't it as well? There's a thing in Japan. I'm not sure whether it applies to like being a doctor, but it's very hard to get fired in Japan. But employers will kind of put the pressure on you to force you to quit yourself. They'll make the workplace like as toxic as possible. So you basically end up resigning.
And the department is staffed by former nurses, led by Kimura. While their job is ostensibly to prevent accidental injuries, in reality, they have a vested interest in covering up any incidents and protecting the hospital's reputation.
I'm gonna look that up. I don't want to just be like yapping and... Here we go, yep. I'm using AI, cry about it. AI cites the source, usually. Is it hard to get fired? Yes, it is extremely difficult to fire a full-time employee in Japan due to strict labor laws that prioritize job security and require high hurdles for just cause. Instead of direct firing, Companies often use voluntary resignation, severance packages, or intense pressure to get someone to resign.
In the end, it's actually the clinical technicians who...
Thank you, Stone, for the 2. You see the IGN Twitch got hacked yesterday? No, I didn't. What was being streamed on there?
Sound the alarm on Matsui. In December, a radiology technician files a complaint against him for exposing a patient to a dangerous dose of radiation during an operation. Allegedly, multiple doctors have to...
I've heard that they'll give you no work to basically force you to quit.
Drag Matsui out of the operating room as he's shouting, "I'm a surgeon! He's my patient!"
Oh my god, he said the line. I am a surgeon! Dr. Hahn!
After this incident,
He actually said the bit.
More and more technicians, and now clinical engineers, are refusing to work with Matsui, forcing Dr. Chiba to second all of his surgeries. December.
So they are doing that pressure thing on him there.
Matsui performs a cervical discectomy to treat an 89-year-old man's herniated disc. After the surgery, the patient completely loses the ability to swallow. January. Matsui installs a shunt in a patient's skull. A piece of the shunt breaks through the jugular vein and ends up in the patient's heart. Dr. Chiba has to perform a revision surgery to fix Matsui's mistake again. At a New Year's party.
So you've got a doctor that you can't fire, and he's doing these surgeries that is objectively making everyone's condition worse, and then you've got another surgeon on standby to fix his mistake. What?
Dr. Chiba runs across Dr. Sugihara, Matsui's former mentor at Shiga Hospital. When Matsui's name comes up, Sugihara's face goes pale. "Don't you know?" he whispers. "Matsui was expelled from our neurosurgery department." Sugihara goes on to call Matsui a catastrophic neurosurgeon who treats surgery like cutting up a radish. Sugihara...
The art of the deal? What does that mean? How is this the art of the deal in any way?
Sugihara tells Chiba that he's actually being sued for a surgery where Matsui was his assistant. He says, "You need to get rid of him." But it's too late for Dr. Chiba. He's now completely paralyzed, a prisoner of Matsui's insane rampage. No matter what
This looks like some Junji Ito shit.
Matsui did, all Chiba could do was follow in his wake and try to pick up the pieces. January 22nd. Dr. Chiba's heart sinks when he learns that Matsui has...
Then you get reprimanded in your performance reviews. Then they have grounds to fire you that gets around the labor law. Yeah, I think killing like 4 people in a month might actually constitute that.
Pressured yet another patient into surgery. The patient is 74-year-old Mrs. Fukunaga, and the procedure is a laminoplasty.
I think there's something really sad as well, because he's operating mostly on old people as well. And then the family would obviously think like, you know, we just want like our grandparent or like, you know, older family member to enjoy their final, you know, their later part of life, I guess is the right wording, like not in constant pain of their condition. And then the guy's just like, oh, one tapped.
The same one that left Mrs.
No, you can't fire me. It was the nurse's fault.
Saito paralyzed from the neck down 3 months.
She was clip farming when I was doing the surgery.
Months ago. Please let Matsui learn from his mistakes, Chiba pleads. Knowing that Matsui's grasp of anatomy is tenuous at best, Chiba tries to tell Matsui exactly what he needs to do. Drill here, Chiba says, pointing at...
Fake it till you make it, but neither you nor the patients make it. That is very accurate.
...a vertebrae. His grasp of anatomy is tenuous at best. Chiba tries to tell Matsui exactly what he needs to do. Drill here, Chiba says, pointing at a vertebrae. Matsui drills, but the patient starts bleeding, constantly bleeding. He calls for more suction, but it's no use. Blood is now seeping from everywhere. Matsui is confronted by his greatest weakness, the inability to staunch bleeding, the one skill that every surgeon needs. The operating field is a sea of red as sweat rolls down his face. Matsui is in complete despair. He knows he has to continue the surgery.
So he wasn't even taught how to staunch bleeding. Like, so if he makes a single mistake, he's basically just like, oh, well, we tried.
So the only thing he...
Like, do you know how, like, professional surgeons... Like, I watched The Pit, and that, I think, has been said to be incredibly... A lot of doctors have watched that show, and they've said it's incredibly accurate. And the amount of times in that show where they fuck up an operation, or they misdiagnose someone, and then they might even cause, like, internal bleeding, but then they use the certain procedures that they have to try to fix that. It's not like a surgeon makes one mistake, and then it's like, oh, well, fair enough, GG.
Is pick a spot
and
Nothing I can do, GG.
drill.
Bro has 1 intelligence, 10 luck. Okay, where's the luck coming from? He's just killing people. There's no luck here. What? Because he hasn't been fired? That's the luck? What? Where is the luck? The luck should be he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's acing all of these operations. Luck for not being fired or jailed. 10 charisma. He doesn't even have that. The guy said earlier in the video he's bitching out all of his staff, blaming them because he refuses to take responsibility. Name one skill in the special tree in Fallout that he's 10ing. Name one. There is no 10s to be found here. It's all 1s. I would say it's all 0s, if anything. Name one. Idiot Savant perk. Okay, that could be, yeah, that could be one, actually. That's the one where you're just, like, that much of a fucking idiot that, like, stupid things that you do, you just get XP for no reason. I mean, if anything, the LARP is so bad, this guy's treating every operation like he can just quick save and quick load before and after.
A sickening.
The bloody mess perk. Okay. All right.
Silence. Even Matsui can feel that something is wrong because his drill hits something that is definite.
I would say that's very out of pocket and very offensive, but then this guy said now for something more important, and then he did a War Thunder sponsor.
Not bone.
Ah. Fuck, I don't have, like, I know who does. Willany, YouTuber, he, like, faints at the sight of blood and stuff like that. Like, he starts vomiting and stuff. I don't have anything wrong with blood, but I feel like, you know, I saw the pit, I saw the amount of, like, blood and gore and stuff like that. I didn't really have an issue with that, but it's like when someone explains the detail of something
is wrong because
in, like, this slow kind of methodical way.
His drill hits something that is definitely not bone.
Hit the nerve.
Dr. Chiba looks over and lets out a little whimper. Matsui has made the exact same.
So we've got a guy that's fucking up so badly, he's now just doing, like, male whimper audio. Nice.
Mistake as last time. He's drilled into the spinal cord, and this time the damage is so bad that the patient's nerves look like a ball of yarn. There's actually video footage of this surgery. Yes, it really looks like a ball of yarn, and no, you really don't want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's because it wrapped around the drill.
Trust me. The footage ends with Matsui literally just stuffing the nerves back into the hole he drilled and hoping for the best.
Oh,
this
how the fuck
was
did
Matsui's most serious surgical error yet, and it would later come back to haunt him.
How did this guy get a job?
But for now, all he got was a slap on the wrist. A month later, he was back at it. He was going to perform another.
So she's probably also lost the ability to move.
Brain tumor.
Anything. Well, I'm not sure if it was below the neck, but.
Removal. The very first procedure he failed at Akko. Last time,
I mean, to be fair, we're not being told the amount of surgeries that were a success. But still, it's more the fact that he's failed so many, and then he's not even taking responsibility.
So he had left 80% of the tumor intact, but this time he had a plan. See, Matsui treated surgery like
spray and pray, but instead it's stitch and pray.
A carnival game. Threw the ball too hard last time? Well, switch to underhand. Left most of the tumor intact? This time I'll keep cutting until I cut out so much healthy and functional brain tissue that it leaves the patient in a persistent vegetative state with zero hope of recovery.
Right, so he's doing the equivalent of like a transorbital lobotomy. Have you guys seen those? Trans. That is a horrible thought that was an actual thing that people had. They would put a little spike through your eye. I only learnt about that because of BioShock Infinite. When I like how I just compare everything to video games wholly. But there's a scene where Atlas gives you a transorbital lobotomy in that game. And it's in first person as well. It's brutal.
It's only been 8 months since Matsui started working at Akko Hospital, and he's been involved in as many.
Spoilers. Okay, sorry for spoiling a game that came out 12 years ago, mate. My bad. I'll do better.
serious medical error.
Wolfenstein as well. I
feel
don't.
awful for those people. Thankfully, I have War Thunder to fall back on.
Thank you, Nikki, for the 10.
In 2 of the 8 cases, the patient had lost their life. This was the last straw. The hospital's entire surgical staff now straight up refuses to work with Matsui. As the chief clinical technician put it, I don't want to be involved in another murder. The medical safety office calls the director of the hospital, Fuji, in a panic. Only now they're beginning to realize the severity.
Is the reason why this guy got away with it for so long is because there's like 4 people that work in this hospital?
Of the situation and how much trouble they're in when the public finds out. Kimura, Fuji, and Chiba all start arguing and pointing fingers at each other, but there's one thing they agree on. Matsui is to immediately be banned from all surgeries. The nightmare is over.
Not even firing him, just banning him. Yeah, you can just wait in the lobby. You'll still get paid.
At least that's what they thought. But the story is about to get truly, truly insane. You see, Matsui was going to fight this. His dream was to be a surgeon, and he would never give up, no matter what. Matsui has essentially barricaded himself in one of the hospital's conference rooms. It's been weeks since he's seen any patients, and at this point, he gives all of his instructions to nurses via text. Akko Hospital has no right to take away my surgical privileges, he angrily mutters to himself.
Dude, just be happy you're not in prison.
I've done absolutely nothing wrong. Therefore, the only logical explanation is that someone at the hospital was out to get Matsui, and that person was obviously Dr. Chiba.
Yeah, it wasn't me killing 4 people in a month. No. No. There's an ulterior motive here, guys.
Yes, the person who bent over backwards for him the entire time, cleaning up all of his messes, was out to get him. Matsui begins plotting his revenge.
Thank you, Step, for the month.
His first act is to author a report detailing every single surgical error he's made, or rather, every single surgical error he hasn't made.
Wait, did he draw the guy on Subway Surfers?
Or rather, every single surgical error he hasn't made. Matsui's report is a treasure trove of fake data and blatant lies. You see, none of his patients ever suffered any side effects, and if they did, it was in no way his fault. Most critically...
So what happened to the people that you killed? Did they just go to bed? What?
Matsui places the blame for all of his errors squarely on the head of Dr. Chiba, claiming that it was all because of his lack of supervision, or in some cases, even claiming that it was Dr. Chiba actually holding the knife. Most surprisingly...
Oh, surely they had cameras in these rooms, though.
Perhaps out of shame or sheer resignation, Dr. Chiba actually signs off on the report. Just like...
He's lying about you. And you signed off on it. What the fuck is wrong with everyone in this hospital?
Like that, Matsui is absolved of all responsibility, but...
Yeah, you killed these people. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Okay, I did. I approve.
The medical safety office. But it's a hollow victory, because the hospital still won't lift his surgery ban. So he needs to get creative. Matsui realizes that even under a surgery ban, he can still operate if he happens to be the only doctor around when a surgery occurs. One night, Dr. Chiba receives a call from the hospital.
Shut down this entire fucking hospital. Like, everyone here is just so incompetent, it's actually comedic. This has to be is this a made-up story? Is this one of those, like, Zach D films where he just makes shit up through, like, ChatGPT prompts?
Doctor on the line is in a complete panic. Matsui was on call that night and took a patient into the OR for an emergency.
He just kills other doctors. That is the first thing that came into my mind, unironically.
Catheter surgery.
The thing is, he's so incompetent, he wouldn't even be able to do that.
Like a demon who's been sealed away, Matsui has escaped his prison to
Outlast Hospital. Yeah, it's giving Mount Massive vibes, I won't lie.
To wreak havoc. Dr. Chiba rushes to the hospital and stops the surgery immediately, but the patient's conditions...
Darman story. Well, no, Sniper Wolf hasn't came in to save the day yet, so not really.
Still deteriorates the next day. Of course, this incident only intensifies Matsui's hatred for Dr. Chiba. After everything horrible Matsui...
He lobotomized the workplace so they can't fire him. What? That's another thing that I thought he was going to do as well. I thought he was actually just going to go around and cripple everyone. He'll sever all of their spinal cords as well, so they can't use their arms or their legs. So everyone's incapacitated. And then he's the only one that can work there. Thank you, Modem, for the 2. House MD, but incompetent surgeon.
He's done so far. What he does next is so revolting, so deranged, that it can only be described as pure evil. You see, Matsui decides that the best way to get back at Dr. Chiba is to drag him down to his own level. Since Matsui's banned from surgery, he follows Chiba into surgeries as his assistant, then spends the entire procedure berating Chiba and telling him that he could do better. Yeah, it's not enough that Matsui's the worst surgeon alive, he's now heckling other legitimate surgeons. Eventually, Chiba relents and
so he's just rage baiting people now.
Gives Matsui the knife, because of course he does, and Matsui gives the patient a lung contusion, because of course he does.
Wait, was this during surgery?
Live, he's now heckling other legitimate surgeons. Eventually, Chiba relents and gives Matsui the knife, because of course he does, and Matsui gives the patient a lung contusion, because of course he does. For once, Dr. Chiba learns from his mistakes and doesn't give Matsui the knife anymore. So what does Matsui do? He gives up and reflects on his mistakes. No, just kidding, of course he doesn't. Instead, he literally barges into one of Dr. Chiba's surgeries and tries to knock the drill out of his hand so that it'll look like Dr. Chiba injured his patient.
Have we heard of fucking cameras in a hospital? Hello?
Let me repeat that. A surgeon went into an operating room in order to sabotage a surgery.
And then he got him to write another report, and then he somehow got the surgeon to like blame himself again.
Somehow it gets even worse. Somehow Matsui's not...
How are the police just not involved?
Done. Not satisfied with just ruining Dr. Chiba's career, Matsui decides to...
Like, what the fuck are you going to say, like, in the report to not get you put in jail? Oh yeah, I slipped on a banana peel in the office, and I traveled 70 meters down the hallway, and then I slipped on another banana peel, and I fell into the observation room, and then crashed through the glass, and then knocked the drill out of his hand. All on accident, of course.
Sue the hospital for taking away his surgery privileges, and tries to get Dr. Chiba arrested. Remember that?
He tries to get him arrested, by the way, and killed 4 people. Okay.
Completely fake report.
This is like we're entering parody levels now. Like this is just...
Matsui wrote. Using that report, Matsui claims to be a whistleblower with evidence that Dr. Chiba was not only...
When did this happen? This happened in 2020, right?
Guilty of criminal malpractice, but that Chiba and the hospital were framing him to cover up Chiba's crimes. He goes as far as to claim that Dr. Chiba had tried to murder him by pushing him down a flight of stairs. None of this was true, of course, but due to the hospital's appeasement and cover-up of his crimes, the evidence was actually on his side. The police have no choice but to open an investigation and place Dr. Chiba under arrest.
Oh my god, you just get the complete wrong guy.
Finally, after being interrogated for hours by the police, Dr. Chiba has reached his breaking point. He releases every record he has, every single email from Matsui where he's crying, throwing a tantrum.
Right, there we go. He had to share the Discord DMs. There we go.
He has, every single email from Matsui where he's crying, throwing a tantrum, begging Dr. Chiba to take the blame, and trying to put the fault on someone, anyone else.
My drilling was too rough. I got a bit flustered.
Matsui is utterly humiliated by this and withdraws his lawsuit, but he has one last trick up his sleeve. He goes straight to the hospital's director.
Oh yeah, I was reading all this manga. There's like 50 piles of manga on my fucking disgusting dirty desk, and one of them had like a femboy. I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't do it.
Dr. Fuji and says, maybe I don't have enough to bring down your hospital, but I can make everyone here's life miserable. Don't say a word about what I've done here to anyone. If you do that, you'll never see me.
The guy doesn't even look old as well. The guy looks like he's what, in his like late 30s?
Me again.
That's insane. I thought this story would be a guy that's like in his 70s or 80s, like this guy's age, just refusing to quit.
Fuji is terrified, and seeing an opportunity to finally be rid of Matsui, he makes another deal with...
I mog him. That's very... I'm happy for you, mate. It's a very important point to bring up right now.
The devil. Matsui resigns. At this point,
so you got the guy that did nothing wrong to resign.
It seems like Matsui has won, despite being the worst doctor alive.
Is this actually real? Do you cite any sources? Nothing. Like, no sources cited. I'm sure this story's real, but...
Despite ruining countless lives and throwing everyone who tried to help him under the bus to save his own ass, he's gotten away scot-free. And that would be the case if he had just retired then and there. But remember, Matsui is a surgery junkie. He's a medical terrorist, and his only purpose in life is to spread malpractice and misery to as many people as he...
Medical terrorist is such a good word to use here, because it's not even wrong.
He can. And that misery was finally about to catch up with him.
Trust me, it happened. I was there. Okay. I trust you.
Matsui happily starts his new job at Suita Tokushukai Hospital, where he works in the emergency department. He's no longer a neurosurgeon, thankfully, but he plans to take a specialist exam for catheter surgeries in a few months and get right back on the saddle. Remember, this is the procedure that he botched so badly that
It does sound fictional with how much this dude's gotten away with.
That he
You'd be surprised.
Killed a 90-year-old patient at Akko. Within a week of Matsui arriving, something strange and incredible happens at the hospital. Everyone notices that Matsui doesn't know how to practice medicine. Then again, it's kind of hard not to notice when you're holding a patient's lips and Matsui keeps accidentally pricking your fingers with the needle instead of stitching the patient's mouth together. Yes, this actually happened. Just for fun, let's go over a few of the numerous errors Matsui made during this time. He sent a woman with a broken jaw home without treatment.
Wait, hang on, one sec. I know we're nearly done. I just realized I've got training really soon and I need to get some food in me before training. It's important, fellas. All right. Yeah. Anyways. Priorities, boys. Priorities.
Attempted to administer an IV of adrenaline to a patient not in cardiac arrest before the staff stopped him. Left used syringes contaminated with hepatitis C on a patient's bed.
Wait. Syringe?
Left used syringes contaminated with hepatitis C on a patient's bed.
Damn. Thank you,
Thought
Bird,
it
for the
was
10.
so unrealistic that characters in anime would see the worst shit ever and not tell anyone, but now I see that all Japanese people are just Ubisoft NPCs.
I just think there was a very toxic work culture here. But even then, like, goddamn, man, like, say something. That's always been the biggest fear that I have, by the way. Like, using a needle, and then it's got like AIDS in it. Okay, like I'm not doing heroin, boys, but I'm saying like donating blood or something like that.
And forgot to give a 90-year-old man dialysis for 3 days, leading to his unfortunate.
I hate needles. Yeah, I don't really like when I have to get my bloods tested or something, but it's not like I'm terrified of it.
Death. These are excerpts from 50.
I noticed that a very clever tactic that nurses do when they have to inject you with something is they'll do a countdown, but they'll inject you before the countdown's finished. Because it's at the countdown you're most likely to like kind of tense up or flinch or something.
50 pages of incident reports filed against Matsui. Yeah, like I've mentioned, by some miracle, the staff at Suita don't follow the Akko playbook and sweep these accidents under the rug. In fact, Matsui quickly becomes a joke at Suita and eventually has to resign.
What? You're just shoving that up his nose. Could you not use like a fork at least?
To resign. After leaving Akko, he would never find steady employment again, just bouncing from hospital to hospital.
So he didn't even get fired, he just resigned.
Matsui also
That's crazy.
ended up failing the catheter exam he was practicing for. Not just because he was incompetent, but because it turns out, surprise, surprise, he fabricated dozens of surgical records. Yeah, it turns out those 200 surgeries as an assistant was a blatant lie, and he had been in 30 to 40.
Imagine frauding something like that, man. Like cheating on your tests and stuff like that, you know, when you're a kid, it's like whatever. But like that, when you're in control of like either improving someone's life or ending it, you have to be an actual psychopath to not just be racked with guilt over stuff like that.
At most. And his troubles didn't end there. Remember how I said Akko is a small town? Well, in small towns, people talk, and Akko Hospital had gained a local reputation as the hospital where people get worse, not better. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Naturally, the press started asking questions, and the spattering stream of reports quickly became a waterfall. The hospital's administration tried their best to quash these reports and deny any wrongdoing, but that ended as the lawsuits came in. It all ended with the hospital losing their neurosurgery accreditation for all of this mishandling of post-incident safety reviews.
Unlucky.
The walls were closing in around Matsui now. Everywhere he went,
he's just going to reapply at the same hospital, but he's going to wear a mustache or something.
People recognized him as that really terrible doctor from Akko. The NHK even made a documentary about the string
So yeah, this was in 2020.
of medical incidents at Akko Hospital, where he was identified.
God, you'd think this shit would be like early 2000s or something, man.
In all but name. The final nail in the coffin came with a civil suit filed by Mrs. Fukunaga, the patient who Matsui left paralyzed below the waist with his drill. Mrs. Fukunaga and her family made several media appearances, telling interviewers that Matsui...
That's so sad, man. Like, she gets surgery to, like, improve, and then she just ends up completely paralyzed.
The surgery left her incontinent and in constant pain. Finally, on December 29th, 2024, 5 years after his reign of terror at Akko Hospital, Matsui Hiroki was indicted and arrested for professional negligence causing injury.
Thank you, Frank. You look extra gay today, friend. Thank you. Okay, what are we guessing for the years in prison, boys? I'm gonna be honest. I think it's over. I think he's gonna get no prison time. He's just never gonna be able to work again as a surgeon, or he's gonna get something really pathetic like 2 years.
They finally got him. As Matsui was awaiting trial, people began asking some difficult questions and getting shocking.
Death? There's no death penalty in Japan. Is there? Maybe there is. Oh. It is one of 2 G7s actively using capital punishment. I didn't even know that. Dude, they still do hanging? Is this like the fucking 1950s?
Answers. Like, how could something like this, or someone like this, terrorize the healthcare system and get away with it for so long, especially in a highly developed country like Japan? Many experts believe that there's a crisis going on at rural hospitals there, where they can't attract talent and struggle just to keep the lights
He will definitely not be hung for medical negligence.
on. This was definitely the case at Akko Hospital. I mean, according to whistleblowers, administrators were booking as many surgeries as they could and desperately cutting costs just to stay out of the red. Other experts point to Japan's lax medical safety laws, which don't penalize surgeons or suspend their medical licenses based on the number of accidents they've caused. In fairness, it can be very difficult to determine whether a surgeon is negligent or incompetent, because every case is so different and every procedure has a different level of risk. Also, surgeries are done by a team of doctors, nurses, and
if he doesn't say it in the video, I could look up afterwards what the charges were.
Technicians, so it can be hard to attribute an accident to a single person's mistake. I mean, sometimes it's even hard to determine whether a surgery was a success or not, so it can take years and dozens of surgeries for patterns of error statistics to appear. Part of what made Matsui so hard to catch was that he wasn't making massive, isolated errors. He was, by all accounts, just really, really bad at surgery. But the most troubling part of this story isn't the systemic problems in Japanese healthcare, and it's not even the deranged monster putting his ego above the lives of innocent people. Evil exists, but it's ultimately an aberration. The vast majority of doctors are people we can and should trust. No, the most disturbing thing about today's story is that so many of those competent, experienced doctors...
Why did he not mention the charges?
Who frankly had...
Or the sentencing? Is it still ongoing?
...had every motivation to speak out, just stood by and did nothing, over and over again.
What?
But there's something very strange about this story. If you've heard about this case from the media, you...
Chat, what's the guy's name again, the surgeon?
...might have noticed that there's a huge part of the story I skipped. It's because I can't cover it on YouTube. So I've explained the specifics in the follow-up video, but first, a massive thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video.
Wait, why can't you talk about it?
Possible in the first place. And finally, thank you so much to Eli and Liv for doing the art in this video. It seriously would not...
There was a bit that's shown where his name is. There we go.
Dr. Fuji.
Okay. Dr. Matsui. Is it Hiroki? Yeah. Okay, this is really recent. This is 2024. That's 2026. Can I access these? Probably not. Doctor admits to causing permanent disability to patient. Doctor indicted without being charged. What does that mean? Is that just a slap on the wrist? He was banned from performing surgery and resigned in 2021. So there's no more update on this. Why? Why is there no more update on this? There's nothing. There's one here, surgeon sentenced to 5 years, but it says it's missing his actual name, so that's not right. Well, that's the more recent one. So he admits it. This is like a fucking sentence, man. This is so short. Charged with professional negligence resulting in injury to relieve pressure on a patient in their 70s. The prosecution said Matsui used different drills at his own discretion, severing the nerve in a situation that was difficult to stop bleeding. On the other hand, the defense argued that the responsibility for the accident does not lie solely with the defendant, but also the supervising physician who served as his assistant. So yeah, even his defense right now are like trying to throw him under the bus, the other guy. That's crazy how there's like no... Maybe the doctors of his generation would be of higher competency level of the entrance exams for their year wasn't rigged so that gender counted more than intelligence. What? How's it going, mate? You been on the glass pipe tonight or nah? Like, why are you saying that? Look, this has nothing to do with gender. Both the guys, the physician and the surgeon, were fucking men. How's it going, mate? You been on the glass pipe tonight or not? Like, he smoked so much meth before making that comment. Absolutely unhinged. Just makes it about gender for no reason. Moron. Thank you, Bush, for the gifted. All right, fellas. I'm done with this stream. I got a lot to do today. A lot of things to set up. Big plans, big plans. I'll catch you guys later. I'll try and stream earlier tomorrow to try and catch some of you Europores. So yeah, take it easy, fellas.